a charm, she's a stunner. Flipping through glass with the latest craze. Trying him to cook, oh how they dazzle they. We keep it real, spilling the truth. In our circle of acquaintances, always from lipstick shades to celebs free. Sharing the bot, feel the edges of the crease. Page by page, return our worlds. Sit still and strong and life unfurled.
Let me check my mute button. It doesn't look like it's on. Hey, ladies and gents, give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me. We are back for round 2. We will be dropping the link so you can come up. You can talk about anything, all things front porch when you come up. I see y'all got movement in membership. So if y'all want to talk about something that I dropped in membership, feel free to come up. If you have something to say about the earlier live we did with the damn, y'all, I'm trying to clean my glasses, with the Creep Squad, feel free to come up. And on this topic that we're about to get into with this interracial dating, couples, unalivings, and so much more, right? I'm cleaning my glasses, y'all. I thought I had them right, but dang, I see spots. My eyes are a little tired because I stayed up all night editing. All right, y'all. I don't know if Sanders is in here. I went and found her bag and I posted it on my community tab. They're really nice. I actually like them. Okay. That should be better. Okay, there goes Sleepy Libra. This topic today is by yours truly, Sleepy Libra. She dropped it down in the chat in our live last night, and I told her I would do the research. She sent me down the rabbit hole, and we here to talk about it. And I added Toby Sleepy Libra because we're gonna tie them all together. Okay. And we'll give an update on his case as well. And we'll track these 2 cases until the end. So thank you, Sleepy Libra, for bringing this to my attention. I think we got a lot to talk about. You love the luxury bags. Have been looking for quite. Hold on. Okay. A quiet luxury brand that is good quality and handmade. So, okay, got you. The last luxury purse I think I purchased was I think it was last year. I bought me and my daughter the Telfair bags. We got the medium. She got red and I got like this turquoise color. I think that's the last one I purchased. But I like quality bags too because they last long. You buy those other ones, they peeling, they cheap, they start looking worn. I'm with you on that, Vic. Okay, let me speak to everybody in the chat and we're gonna get into it. Hey, no, it's back for round 2 on the front porch. Hey, let's talk about it all. Nestos, thank you for being here and modding for me on today. I appreciate you. Uh-oh, look like she outside today. Prom shopping, that's exciting. I enjoy when my daughter and my sister went to prom. Vic to the veil. I've been over there harassing Vicky in her damn inbox. Oh my God. Asking her questions. Vicky, who is this? Hey, B. Williams. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Jackson Tabasco was here earlier as well. Appreciate y'all coming back. Hey, social wife Melissa. Karen S. The intro reminds me of a salt and pepper. Yes, it really do give you an old school vibe. Hey, Tasha B. Hey, only me. Hey, Rain. Sunshine, Rain, and gardening. Hey, Anel. Rest in peace to the deceased. However, sir, Vicky ready to get into it. Choose up and clown us. Yeah, yep. Hey, everybody. You're welcome. Okay, I read that one out of order. Hey, a lady. Oh, thank you so much, Sleepy Libra, for the $5 super chat. You are so welcome. Hey, Juju D. It's good sometimes to, talk about other things. Like, we all gonna lead, back to probably the same topic, but when I was researching this, I was cussing up a storm. I'm liking low, the handmade. Okay, Louis Gucci are too cheaply made. Okay, made for the cost. I just want to make a good investment. Okay, I'm scared to ask which brand of bag you are thinking about. Okay, you probably was typing during the same time she was typing. Prom shopping is fun. Hey, T baby. Okay, Tasha B said I missed the earlier live, didn't get a notification. Will definitely catch the replay. Lord, okay. I gotta look up this. I don't think I'm familiar. And I did look up somebody dropped Hazel Dukes in the live earlier. I went and looked her up. And she was an activist over in Montgomery, Alabama. Okay. Someone said she passed away earlier. I did go look her up. Okay, let me go see what Vicky trying to buy. Oh. Okay, Vicky. Vic to the veil. I see what you okay, here's the bags right here. Okay, Vicky. Hey, Elsie. Oh, wait a minute. Change the name, Laurel. Let's see. I'm sure, because I was sure when they looked up Sandra's bag to see what she was talking about. Hey, Patty. Okay, Vic. I see you. I see you. Yeah, this is probably gonna be an investment, Vicky. Make sure you put it in your will. It's cute. Okay, you like those. I just looked them up too when Vicky was dropped it in the chat earlier, but now she done switched up. But I went and looked up this bag too. They're both nice. You'll leave it to your niece. Okay, yeah, we beyond the 5-minute mark. We are at the 10-minute mark. Yeah, very pricey. That's why I say make sure you leave it in your will because they're gonna be fighting over that, Vicky. Hey, Miss Boogie down. Well, I'll wait another minute. Since I see a few people are popping in now. It's the notification gang that's okay, there go Miss Red. My mom is leaving me all her Louis. Who is her Louis? I'm gonna say Louis. She's saying Louis. Yes, big. Get those. We was talking about generational wealth earlier with Granny. Okay, Granny says she gonna get her damn mama pension plan. She worked for that. I like those brands because they're handmade and for the craftsmanship. Okay. Hey, Cadence, Sugar Mama. Welcome, welcome. All right, y'all. Again, for everybody that just joined us, this was a subscriber's request. Sleepy Libra dropped this on the front porch like mail last night, and I told her I would get on it and we will cover it today. I went down a rabbit hole. I made 2 short videos. I had to go make another one for Toby. Okay. Rest in peace, Toby. Um, because I just wanted to talk about both of them because I'm here in Florida, and this was one that was big news here. Big news here. Okay, so we're gonna start with he wants to be called Toby, and he's no longer here. But his name, well, I'll go with her first. Courtney. Y'all, my glasses is really bothering me. I'm finna take them off. Courtney Kennedi. She was an OnlyFans model and the girlfriend, okay? And his name was Christian Obamadi. I'm probably saying it wrong, but he preferred to go by Toby. Hey, Chocolate Drop. These men call us angry and crazy, but look at their unfortunate outcomes. Oh, I remember this. Okay. Hey, Chocolate Drop. Right. And we're going to get into that, Vicky. And again, I will be dropping the link. So if you don't feel like typing in the chat and want to come up and say, your 2 cents while we can still use pennies, feel free. Okay. Bond. Okay. Boo. Oh, boo. Okay. Boo. Silly. Chum. Toby. Okay. That's what he want to be called, Toby. I'm like, why do you want to be called Toby? But that may be popular in his culture. I don't know. And maybe it's his nickname or something. I don't know. But let's get into it. Just to piggyback off of what Vicky's saying, like these men and their mindset is very damn disgraceful. They're a disgrace. It's distasteful. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth because we as Black women, we've been through so much, right? We don't need our own men looking down on us and tearing us down. We already been torn down, right? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. But like I said, I did my research and I do not understand why they feel the need to publicly embarrass us, Black woman shame us. Okay, I made that up. Verbally attack us, just pretty much put us down to uplift these women, their preferences. Okay, I'll put it like that. These women that they are calling exotic, they got to do all those things to us to make these women, I guess, feel secure or feel as if, they have a leverage or one up on us because they're with our men. Okay, we are already unprotected, right? And the Black men not trying to protect us. We pretty much got to stick together and protect ourselves at this moment because I don't even know who got our back at this time. And it's so sad because we be ready to rally and go to war for these Black men, but they would damn sure leave our ass out in the rain. It's so sad. Hell, we've been through a damn enough shit. We've been through slavery, civil rights, shit, discrimination, healthcare, and in the damn workplace. And if that ain't enough, we can't even trust a Black man to have our back when we need it. It's sad. It's sickening. I don't have a son, but I do have nephews, but I only have one adult nephew. And I mean, personally, I don't care who you date. You love who you love, you like who you like. I'm going to respect you if you respect me. That's just a given with me. I'm not going to like not talk to someone because they're dating someone outside of my race. It's a respect thing for me, and that's just it, and that's all. I don't really care, who you date. Just you know, make sure you're dating someone that's on an even playing field with you. They understand you, your family, your culture, and all of those things. They got a certain respect for you, right? I was shaking my head looking at some of these things these guys were saying about us. That's why I keep pausing, but just to wrap up what I was saying, I don't care who you date, because again, you love who you love, you like who you like, your preference is your preference. I just do not like the part where they try to make us look bad because they prefer, someone else. We've been through enough, period. I'm gonna leave it like that. We're going to get into some of these messages. And if, for the ones that are not familiar with the topic, of course, we're going to give some background information. Child, black women, we've been through hell and back. Shit, who the hell tougher than us? Hey, Miss Selena. They hate themselves. And it's unfortunate because some of these black men, I mean, y'all, some of them are fathers and they have black daughters. And they're just pretty much showing their black daughters that they're not good enough. And I guess I don't even know how they feel about their heritage, their roots, their parents, their grandparents, their aunts, better yet, just us, black women outside of family. Because I just don't see how you can have a black mother and a black grandmother and say some of the things that these guys said, on their public platforms where their family members can see you. Because baby, you're not gonna be invited to damn Christmas. If I see you posting this shit, I can't look you in your face as we bowing our heads and holding each other hands. Remember, there was a guy in California who got taken out by the police and downed black women. His baby mama was Asian, and his family got mad when we found out his hatred and wouldn't protest. No, I don't remember that. You remember the name, Vicky? That may help me remember. What is really saying, yeah, is that there is no real movement unless a black woman is behind it. And that's why his family was so upset that black women refused to get involved. Right? We can't be out here trying to save everybody, because baby, who the hell gonna save us? We got the Me Too movement. It's it's we got the black women's movement as well, right? We got our own movement, and we got to do that shit solo dolo from what I'm seeing. Okay, who's gonna save us? It's only so much we can do. Hey, clutching my pearls, thank you for being here. Let them protest for him. I'm seeing this one out, honey. I remember that case, Vicky. Okay, he said he ain't want nothing black but a damn Xbox. Oh no. Remember, they not like us, and not let them go to your concerts. Brian McKnight, absolutely. He over there on Groupon. It's very weird and disrespectful behavior, right, a lady? And I'm like, hell, what in the hell have we done? You know what I mean? To deserve this treatment. Your preference does not mean you have to, yeah, degrade, right? Your own, right? ATX toy. They created little side roosters. Oh my God. I see y'all ready to cut up. Agree at Miss Selena. Love who you love, but dang, why we gotta be put down like that? This guy went out of his way to say some very mean things. Hey, big sis, I said what I said. His disrespect says more about him than us. Okay. Who's gonna save our souls, baby? We gotta save our damn self. And I'm definitely gonna sit these these two out. Okay. Nobody, Lady T, but we do it all and save them all. That's true. just like Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I've never seen him show up and show out the way he did when he was married to Jeannie, right? And you dated black women, you have black kids, but yet we only see you with Jeannie and y'all daughter, right? As if you don't have other children. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand that. Oh, okay, Stephon Clark. Okay, I'll look him up. We are resting right now. We can't help out at all. Okay, so we have two on there saying the same name. Okay, okay, it was Stephon Clark. Okay, so Vicky has confirmed. I don't pay those men any dust. The tall diva. You would never see me get on a social media and talk down on a black man. If I generalize people, yep, please know I'm talking about men of all races. Gotcha. Okay. I'll look him up. I'm still side-eyeing Neil Long for that interview with Jeezy. I know. I was like, don't do it. He just trying to come back, appeal to the black woman, want us to rally around him and fight for him out here in these streets. And baby, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Get Megan Good to damn do it, okay? I'm not doing it. The person made it clear he did not like me in life. Oh, he definitely does not need my assistance in death. Period. Yes, both Jeezy and Jenny were playing the race card and playing themselves. Jeezy knew that he was dating a crazy other and still married her and looked at us crazy when we side-eyed him. That's true. I'm going to sit this one out. I'm tired, boss. Nesto's out shopping with her grandbaby, so she'll be maybe popping in or out, or she may be gone altogether. Absolutely. Gigi sure did embrace her culture fully. Yes, he did. And she didn't respect anything about him. Nothing at all. And I agree with that as well. Big to the veil. Okay. So let's get into our first. We're going backwards and then we're going to come tie full circle with Telvin. Oh, I may want to show my other little video first and then come back to this one. I think I will. Because this is where the messages are. Let's do that. I'm laughing at what I named this. Okay. I used the same thing that was my thumbnail. Yep. Toby. I'm like, why the heck did he want to be called Toby? So we have right here where my cursor is Telvin Osborne and Hannah Grace. And then over here we have Courtney and Toby. And there's no sound on here. And y'all know me, y'all know my personality. Y'all know I'm being messy when I say Black Lives Matter. Okay. So here's some of the old tweets I was able to dig up off of social media. Okay. And as you see, people are just speaking out about him, calling out black women. They went and dug up his tweets, social media posts, after he was unalived by his girlfriend. She poked him to death. And some of these tweets went back to 2012, 2018. And he said that white tatas are greater than black tatas. I wonder would he say that when he was nursing on his damn mammy tatas over there in Nicaragua. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I was trying to stop it before it went too far. I should have here we go. They said he slut shamed black women. They said he doesn't talk to them and they are not his damn type. Sadly, Christian's girlfriend, a clear woman who is an OnlyFans model and Instagram influencer, poked him to unalive at their Miami apartment on Sunday night, April 3rd, and this was 2022. Following his unaliving, Courtney was detained and they let her go. They let her go. And they ended up finding her over in Hawaii, if you remember that part. When she threatened to unalive herself, officers took her to the hospital where she was hospitalized under the Baker Act. And at that moment, she was not facing any charges at all. Ashley Vaughn, a friend of the couple, said Courtney was known to hit Toby, okay, because we're going to respect that he wanted to be called Toby. Whenever they had an argument, she called for justice. Girl, stop for Toby. Oh, look at him. And here's one of his tweets. Black girls are born knowing how to shake their ass. Me, honestly, I don't care. They're not my type, okay? Y'all see it. There he is, smiling. The way black girls disgrace themselves on TV. I guess it'd be okay if we was doing it on damn OnlyFans. Okay. Here they are. Look at this. Look at the boobies out, split. But he's talking about how black women carry themselves and look out in public, right? Here is the post about the white tatas being better than the black tatas. Just saying. Once again, I'm tired of these black girls in my government class. Child, they probably was in there giving them the damn true black history lesson up in government class. Football can be the time venue for breast cancer, military, domestic violence awareness, but bring up Black Lives Matter, and it's not the time. LOL. Okay. I guess that's a halfway decent one. So I kind of like just put them on there twice so it can run through. Same thing. Let me get back over here to y'all. And we get this is somebody's family member. But I mean, it's just it's the audacity for me. Jeannie said she liked her dark meat on the damn side, not as the main course. Where was the lie? So true. Hey, Glorious. I don't understand. Let me read her comment. I don't mind interracial relationships. What I don't like is that other person putting down their own race, just to justify their choices. Right. Just do you. It's no need, Black women's, yes, lives matter. Yes, our lives do matter. 2 T's. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's the Golden Pearl. Welcome, welcome. Courtney said they threw I don't know if I could say this word on here, so I'm gonna say poke at him, and it unalived him. He sound mentally ill. OF Hex, not model. I can't stand a person who will tear down their race because he doesn't like himself. And that's what all it boils down to. Because if you're confident, you like yourself, you know that you're making the best choices or decisions for yourself, then why do you need to tear us down to make you and this lady feel better? You over there letting this lady call you ninjas, probably monkeys and all that. Because in the report, they said that she called him the N-word. His family wanted Black people to protest too. Baby, I'd rather go out there and then cut my grass with tweezers. I'm busy. Sounds like Miss Ann hitting the table. A Black girl may beat your ass, flat your damn tires, call your mama, bust your windows out your car, but you will see another day. Rest in peace to the dusty sir. That's all I gotta say. Clutching my pearls, nigga rockin', men over here, yeah, disparaging Black women. I ain't even got that B. Williams. He was doing OnlyFans with her. Oh, and became her do boy. Really? Her FAFO. Hey, Georgia Peach, welcome. Hopefully, she allowed you to nurse her, to nurse on her boobies, okay, before you pass. Baby, she was eating him up in that elevator. Please like the live. My uncle was with his wife for over 30 years. She is a clear woman. That is my aunt. I've never heard my uncle put down one Black woman, which is the way to do it. Because if this is the person that you truly love, right? Why do you have time to even be talking about other women, right? You too busy loving on your woman, okay? Because you confident, in your choice. Not our fight. Welcome, Chick-fil-A gal. Welcome to Doggy Heaven, Ninja. Keep in mind, these type of guys are almost always poor partners. Yeah, candidates, broke, drug, mentally ill, etc. Racism is a mental illness. I can go with that. I guess she allowed him to put her and her two kids in a trailer park. We ain't got to him yet, but we gonna come back to that much better today. I will be walking my fish doing a protest for these dusties. Hey, Shay B, I'm in the bushes. I have mixed emotions. I feel sorry for the family. I feel sorry for his family. Or you mean her family, or you just feel sorry for his family? I'm trying to figure why is these news worthy should have been on the city news only for about 1 minute. Another woman, Black, made a single baby mama. Yeah. I don't pay much attention to these things or people I don't like. I'm confused. This was a topic brought to the front porch by Sleepy Libra, and I think it's a good topic. Okay, let's get to the update, and then we're gonna move on to the most recent couple. Okay, so his unaliving happened in 2022. This is the last update I could find, and it was September 2024.
OnlyFans model who claimed that she murdered her boyfriend in self-defense was back in court today, but she wasn't alone. Her parents and former co-defendants joined their daughter at today's hearing.
NBC6's Christian Colon joined us from court with a report.
Former OnlyFans model Courtney Kennedi in a red jumpsuit as she faces a second-degree murder charge for stabbing her 27-year-old boyfriend, Christian Abumseli. Courtney's parents, Kim and Deborah, were also in court. Initially, the pair was facing charges for breaking into the victim's laptop. However, those charges were dropped 2 months ago. A judge ruled prosecutors violated the Kennedi's privacy by accessing family attorney conversations in their iCloud accounts. Now the parents want their iCloud data back.
That's private financial records, medical records, communications with your spouse, communications with your attorney.
The Kennedy's iCloud data is in a hard drive held by the court.
I don't know how they are accessing it.
Prosecutors want to look through it, claiming there could be evidence against Kennedy on the murder case.
And Sherlock Sully's mom wasn't on the phone when he was killed. The defendant's mother was.
Prosecutors say Kennedy's mom was communicating with their daughter around the time of the murder. Therefore, they want to keep digging through digital evidence.
It is a scary, scary proposition that a government agency thinks that it can wade its way into your private data in the hopes of finding something related to a crime.
But this time, Judge Laura Cruz went against defense attorneys and denied their request. Judge Cruz says police seize phones all the time if they believe there could be evidence.
And having read through the warrant as to why the state was requesting this information, I'm going to deny.
And defense attorneys say they plan to appeal the judge's denial. So for now, those hard drives will be held by the court. In Miami, Christian Colon, NBC6 News.
All right.
26.
And it's definitely a good topic because she wasn't even going to be arrested until the outcry from, the people that supported the movement spoke out, because she wasn't even arrested or detained. They took her to the hospital and they moved on. She went over to Hawaii, but she forgot, I guess, that the United States can come over there and tap her on the shoulder, and they did, and they brought her back. And now she's in jail awaiting her trial. And her parents were trying to come in and cover up, delete some of the evidence, but the court has possession of that. So we'll see how that plays out. And if you have a son that may be dating, this could be some information you can pass down to them. I have a daughter. I'm definitely passing down to her to know her worth. It is a good topic. It was all up and down my timeline. I saw after Sleepy Libra told me about it when I went over on Facebook. Yeah, it was when I put in his name, it was so many different posts made. She sure looks different. Yeah, baby. She ain't over there being able to get her the touch-ups, so she can spread it wide and bust it wide open over there on OnlyFans. I don't know this was OnlyFans topic. I thought it was about the ninja who said he'd rather date. This is the same thing. He said the same thing. We read through were you here when we read through his messages? It's the same thing. It's just a different couple. Same outcome. She just poked him till he was unalive. And the other couple was pow. Hey, LB. She's an OnlyFans model, but he didn't like the way Black women carried themselves. This girl isn't fit to shine my daughter's shoes. Absolutely. She's a catfish. I didn't outcry, but I wanted her arrested. Yeah, I didn't get involved. I sat that one out, and I'm going to sit this one out too. Some Black women did speak out to help her get arrested. Poke him with what? I'm trying not to say the word because I don't know, how YouTube does it, but with the kitchen slicer. I know it's mean, but if I had sons, I would approve them dating outside. Guess why I had all girls. I really don't care who someone dates. I just mainly care about them respecting you, being there for you, being a good mate to you. I don't really care who anyone dates. If you want to date outside your race or date the same sex, I don't really care because that's your preference. I just care about the basic things. Are you being used? Is this person a good person to you? Do they respect you? Are they there to help you? I have a daughter, so I'm always going to speak from the woman's perspective, and I'm a woman. So I'm like you, Chick-fil-A. I'm going to speak from the woman's side. But, and if you have a son, I'm sure you're going to be wanting your son with someone that's going to be a great mother, keep a clean house, know how to cook or whatever. I don't want my daughter with a hardworking man that's gonna treat her like a queen. There's not gonna be no damn dusty like Nesto. Hey, cross country cruiser. Yeah. As long as the person treats my family right, and respect the family. I'm not and never will be a fan of interracial relationships, period. I live down south, and a lot of people feel that way, Miss Fine. A lot of people feel that way. And I can understand why. Living down south, y'all know I'm close to Georgia and Alabama. So you know what it's giving down here. I wouldn't date because in my mind, I'm feeling like, sure, your granddaddy probably owned some damn slaves. So I'm not no damn slave. So we ain't gonna work out. We not gonna work out. I don't think so. How was she not arrested based on the elevator video alone? Right, LB? Date who you want. Don't hate a race of women because you can't see your own worth, right? And in turn theirs. My daughter can, but my sons couldn't. Okay. I know it sounds dumb. No, it don't. But it's just how I feel. And I love all races. Okay. Hey, Verena. Welcome, welcome. Verena, you got kids. How do you feel about interracial dating? I wouldn't lie, it was not allowed for my son or stepson, but that was my ex-husband's rule, and I supported it. I gotcha. Bums come in all colors, right? I get it. Thanks for who understands. Yep. It's always a catch-22. And like I think with my friends that have sons and daughters, it's double standards. It's difference. You have no problem trying to entice those detectives while being interrogated, right? I'm glad my son like chocolate women. Yep. It's really not safe for them to do otherwise. And you're in the South too. I said what I said. So you know what it's giving. Yeah, your child going over there and these people making these little side jokes and child got a damn maid coming and serving. My one and only, okay, son was raised not to cross over. I don't regret it. I can see white women, especially, will destroy your black sons. And we see this a lot too with athletes, right? They get up, get money. They no longer want to date black women. We're not exotic. We're not appealing. And then some pop off. Then here they come, want to come back over to the dark side. I dated a clear person years ago. Mother was fine, but my father had a big problem. My daughter can date who she wants, but she prefers black men. She said she will never date a clear man. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Miss Fine? Sure do, athletes especially. A lot of them women, they're looking for a come up. And some of them, when you want to break up with them, they pull the white card. Look at Kobe and how he did his parents. Yeah. Kobe's a good example. Okay. Now let's move forward to the recent one because that's the one y'all want to get into as well. Okay. Now, the recent one, it seemed like it was the same kind of situation. She was not arrested at first, right? The people had to do a public outcry, as y'all mentioned in the chat. They had to bring it to social media, and then she was finally arrested. Okay. And I still got this same couple up here, but it's gonna move on to the new one. Because I had only made one video, but when I started researching, I'm like, well, I might as well include him too, because I want to know what the outcome is going to be of her trial. So both of them are on my radar right now. Let me remove this. Okay, this is the new couple that we're going to be talking about. Here's some of his messages. Let me give you their names. Okay, he is Telvin Osborne and she is Hannah Grace. They were a couple. They share children together. They live together. He was unalived by Pow Pow. She was not arrested immediately. Okay, the public had to do an outcry. The family had to, get out in the YouTube streets, the social media streets, spread the word. She has since been arrested. Okay, so here they are. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. These are messages that I found all over social media that he posted, his family posted, his cousins, his brothers, and people that knew him. This is his handle right here. He's trying to make a joke, saying, there you go, as if this is a white woman or a black woman that he would date, however you want to put it in your words, however you want to express it. Okay. Here he goes. If I wanted a black girl, I'll go get one. And then he posted that picture. Black folks remind me so much of crabs in a bucket. Okay. Every black family got that one cousin that loves white women, and his cousin tagged him in the post. And he said, and that's a fact. I started it because LOL, you're right, but I'm fully fledged. He said, see where that got you? Ooh, that's not cute. Okay, especially now that he's been unalive. It be your own people. So as you see, he stayed posting, about us. I don't know if it's a fear or hate. Fear bro don't want you to do better than them. Baby, oh no. There's him and that's one of his kids right there. I was trying to read it. I forgot I got a video. So here's some more. This is his Facebook. So if you want to go over there and look for yourself, Telbo Rackins. Telbo. Okay, and that's family telling them rest in peace. I'll miss you. This is him at work.
We're doing that fancy driving.
And they say one of the hardest workers. I know, but I will make you laugh throughout the Okay. They sorry to hear the news. Just talked to you a couple of days ago. So this is after, he was unalive. There's the son again. I love a woman that knows she needs a man. Oh, okay. All you tough gangster 304s might as well go fight for our country. I guess he's talking about us. His birthday was December 18th, 2024. So he just had a birthday a few months ago. Okay. There you go. Y'all see him out with his besties. Okay. Him doing Thanksgiving. You want to see your future? Look at who you hanging around. And I'm going to just sit that right there for y'all. You know what? I'm going to come back over there to the StreamYard. Y'all got comments down here. I just don't understand why people just can't live peacefully. It seems like it'll be just so much more easier to live peacefully, right? Why stir up drama when it's not even needed? And who really cares? Who really cares at this time? I've dated outside my race, and black men used to give me a hard time. I can see that, Vicky. I wish the families get justice, but yeah, not our fight. I'm with you on that, TX Toy. See y'all later in the replay. I will hit the like on my way out. Thank you, El Cid. Hey, I'm late to the party. Hey, Jay Blake. Her dad is supposed to be a cop. Oh, so that's why they didn't arrest him immediately? Probably be a hung jury. I hate you. Vicky, not Vicky. I got two Vickies in the chat, but one of them is the Vicky that you're not, okay? I heard that too, but I also heard he was putting hands and feet on her. Okay, so a lot of that may come out, Miss Selena, as they gather evidence. Wow, I didn't even know about this one. So she's a baby mama. In my Fantasia voice, BABYMAMA. Okay, I heard about this. He said some very derogatory things about Black women. Okay, did you see the video of them at the club? Yes, the night of the fight, flirting with a Black woman. Oh, her tatas must have looked enticing. Okay, and the clear girlfriend was giving him the side eye. Really? Hey, Pure. What's up, sis? With a fire poker. The Dust Bowl is real. These guys are so lame. I think it's the stick used to antagonist. Yeah. Oh, to agitate. Is it? Well, maybe that was something in the picture I missed. I was too busy reading. I feel bad for the kids. I do too. Why did he feel he needed to disrespect Black women? Especially during Black History Month. Come on now. My uncle cousins could never post things like this and me not put them in their place and make them take it down. As you saw, like a lot of his family members were making jokes out of it. It's probably like an inside family joke, but Granny didn't play this. Like, come on now. This is going to be an interesting case with civil rights being on the chopping block in Georgia. I can see their pure intentions. Racism is a real thing I have experienced. Good, right. He had a lot of self-hate. I agree. Baby, you had to go for me. I got a picture. I got a screenshot of it, Miss Selena, but I didn't go back and check it to see if it had got any more money added to it. My second husband, first wife, was a clear woman. Okay, he went Black and never damn went back. Because what Tupac say, baby, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the darker the flesh, baby, the deeper the roots. Okay. Tupac said he care if nobody else care. And guess what we gonna do? We gonna keep our damn head up. Well, we saw his future. $200. Wow. This would be covered up nicely if her father is a cop. I could see that as well because she's already making her defense by saying that she was cleaning off the pow and it accidentally went off. Wow, rest in peace. But Buddy has some issues. He did not like himself, right? Because it's really about him, not about us. We just being aware of what's going on, okay? Right, but who cleans their pew? Yeah. Especially after going out, you know what I'm saying? Only thing you should be doing is making sure they're secure, because you don't want your babies to, have an accident or anything or incident or anything. But baby, them kids probably went home because y'all had been out clubbing. What do they need a GoFundMe for? His preferences, okay, can pay for his funeral. Okay, chick, pure intentions. They say, okay, his preference ain't stepping up. None of them folks you see him around are saying a word. But I bet you they was, in on the joke, right? Dang, this sounds like Nesto's GoFundMe. No prize. Yes, they are trying to say that civil rights amendment has not been researched enough to justify. So after the DEI, next up, civil rights. Okay, I wonder what are his mother's thoughts on beliefs about Black women. Well, we have a comment from his brother that he shares the same father, and he said that's him, not me. We come from different, background, different stock, right? He said, but that's still my brother. You know what I'm saying? Which is justifiable. But he made, sure to clarify that we don't believe the same, we don't have the same beliefs, but that's my brother and I love him. This society tries to teach us people of color, yeah, we are second-class citizens. It makes people, include some Black men, angry when sisters truly love ourselves. Right, that's true. And like I said earlier on, we've been through a lot, right? Like now, I mentioned civil rights earlier, but I didn't know until Pure Intentions just dropped down in the chat to say that, now the civil rights could be, in jeopardy of being removed, after they do their research and so on, right? Like I said, we've already had our Black, women's movement. We got the YouTube movement. We got, come on. Come on, guys. We got enough. He must not have had insurance. Vic to the Veil, GoFundMe is some folks' insurance. That's true. It's about them having hatred for themselves and their mothers, because if they think so bad about Black women, they have to look at their mothers that way too. I agree with that, Gloria. And how can you look your mom, your grandmother, your aunts, or your daughter, you know what I mean? The women that have the same blood as you, how can you look them in their face after saying this type of things, on social media? Because I'll block him. I'll cuss him out first, then block him. Cousins. I mean, you got a lot of Black female. You got to have some Black females, in your bloodline. His cousin was talking smack about us. Yeah, rallying behind him. His mother is acting clueless. I didn't know he didn't like Black women. Yeah, that was not true. At the news conference, they said that they didn't know where that came from. Okay, about the cleaning, the pow pow. Yeah, he was talking about Black men too. Yes, I saw that. But I was just making mention, Sleepy Libra, that they're already trying to set up a defense for her. You know what I'm saying? But this right here kind of gave me chills. You want to see your future? Look at who you hanging around. It's more like, look who you sleeping around with. You were sleeping with the damn enemy. Okay, here he is at a family member's birthday event. Okay, happy birthday, fam. It seemed like they were hanging out. So these men right here may have Black wives, of course, Black family members. I just couldn't look him in his damn face. Yeah, that's just me. Okay. Here he is. Here he is out with the besties. Okay. Him and the pow pow. It's crazy how people will get in your business but won't get in the tub. Okay. Here he is. He's out on the 4th of July. Baby, I'm expanding. And selling, he sells puppies, breed them and sell them. Here he is. Well, hello, beautiful. I think it's a customer or something. So he seemed to be a breeder. Okay, here we go. This is when she was arrested. Finally, it was an update on the case. She had been booked and charged with involuntary manslaughter. They say they may increase the charges, but for right now, she's just been arrested on involuntary manslaughter. But those charges can, be increased, I guess as they do their investigation. Here's someone saying pretty much the same thing we're saying. You can love who you want to love without downing your own. Prayers to your Black mama and Black family who has to now bury your Black ass because of your clear queen. Okay? I try to get some good ones. Okay, so here's what was reported initially by the Popo on February 24th, 2025. Okay, the Burke County Sheriff's Office is investigating a pow unaliving. We learned Monday morning. Deputies say on Sunday around 5:45 a.m. they responded to the 800 block of 4-Point Road for reports of a pow. On the scene, investigators say they found Telvin Osborne, 30, in the master bedroom with a single shot wound to his chest. Okay. Okay, so this post right here is from his brother, okay, Roderick Osborne Williams. He says, so Hannah Grace Cobb unalive my brother. She's okay, man, after leaving the club party, she claims she went home to clean a damn pow and shot. She went home and clean. Okay, wait a minute, and shot him in the head. Okay. There's a contradiction here because they said it was in the chest, right? Anybody out there knows something doesn't sound right about that? One, why isn't your gun on safety when you're cleaning it? It could have, I already said the word, shot anybody who parties, get drunks, goes home in the middle of the night and clean a pow. 3, why hasn't Burke County, Georgia Sheriff's Department given the information to news media? It sounds like a cover-up. This girl wasn't arrested and it is about to get away with unaliving, completely unacceptable, and a failure of the system to prosecute. Sounds like a racist move. Clear privilege, motivated. Sorry, but I don't buy it, and she needs to be locked up. It's negligent. Yeah, to even consider cleaning a pow if that's what happened. What if a child was there? You're cleaning a pow, you had to pull the trigger on the pow. So what the F was your finger around the trigger? This is ridiculous. Update. I'm being told now that the news says it was a chest shot. Originally, that was what I was told, but somewhere the story was given that it was a headshot. Okay, so that's from the brother. Okay, more pictures. Okay, we kind of read through this one. Every Black family got that one cousin who love a white woman. Okay. Oh, okay. Here's a really telling message right here. He will F a dog before he F a Black. It gotta be a white dog though. Okay. There you go, ladies. I'm not gonna even let that marinate. Okay. I think I let it sit here for a little bit because this was a longer message. And pretty much the police is just saying, the Burke County authorities said they promised to keep the community informed and updated, as they do their investigation. Okay, here's the GoFundMe account with him. They should have cropped her ass out. Okay, and the children. Let me get back over here to y'all. This story reminds me of the Amber Heard case in Dallas. She was a cop, unalived her ex-boyfriend, and just got manslaughter and a 10-year sentence. Black men on X were roasting him. He doesn't like his mama. Well, I do not trust mainstream media at this time, being that it is controlled right. And look at who her dad is. What if he was beating her? Is she still the enemy? That case still baffles me. Black men on X were roasting the F out of him. The besties should be paying for the funeral and offering to raise their kids. Well, he asked for it, then and was it still not my fight for dusty ninjas like him? Yeah, I don't have a defense from him or her. It was just a conversation. Selling dogs, he made a post that he would screw a dog before a black woman, and it had to be a white dog. Yikes. I have a big black dark-skinned countryman too. Bad. He hated himself. I cannot. Oh my God. This is a lot for me. As you know, I am interracial marriage. As a black woman, I love all people. It's not for anything other than love. Okay, so you can shed some light on that, Karen, for us. That's what I saw. Yes, he did, and I rallied for a dog before I would for him. Absolutely, and y'all know I don't even like dogs, but I would. Her defense will probably say, listen to how distraught she sounded on the 911 call. That was that liquor wearing off, reality hitting her ass. Yeah. This person was self-hating, totally different scenario. I'm going to send you a video of Hannah on a post. I guess he worked as a personal trainer. Okay. Okay, you're gonna send it to me on IG, right? I'm gonna hit the like on my way out. Karen, no, you can give us some good insight on dating, interracial dating. What that got to do with us brothers? Okay, he's a very sick individual. That's what I said earlier. Karen, don't leave us. So am I. I would never say my husband is better than a black man. That story sounds fake. I hear you. Nothing but love to you all and prayers to the family of the deceased. And I support black women dating other races. I'm sorry if I offended you in any way. And of course, we know everyone is not the same. This is just these particular people that we're talking about. We don't need an update on Burke County. Okay, we'll move on. It sounds like he was rejected by a black woman. Yep, $210. I bet he had a black dog. He got his wish. That was not Amber. Oh, who was it? I would not be surprised. He left those kids. Nothing at all sounds, yeah, about right. His family will probably get custody, or her family could get custody too. No, it wasn't entered the wrong apartment. Oh, okay. Amber Heard is an actress. Okay, was involved in defamation case with Johnny Depp. That is true. I hope not they'll mistreat that child. Why didn't he marry her? 4 children is a lot. Okay, some of these are repeat. Yep, this a repeat. Some of them I put in here twice just in case I missed them. It's his ignorance, you know. That's all it is. It's his ignorance. And, unfortunate. Okay, so here's the person that put up the GoFundMe, right? And they're saying, this is Larry Osborne. He is a brother of the victim, and he's asking her, are you profiting off of your brother's death? And she's like, how? What the F? So these are 2 brothers going back and forth right here. Okay. Bro, he's saying you're setting yourself up. What do he mean? To receive them comments? I seen. Okay. Maybe he was trying to just get something for the, the kids or something. I don't know. I do not have access to any of his information. I keep telling everyone I live in Florida. He's in Georgia. We have different mothers, same father. So we're grounded different. However, he's my brother, and I'm not allowing people to sit here and lie on him. He did say he won't date a black woman. Okay, so they're saying by him going back and forth with the people in the comments. Okay, he did end up with a clear woman who killed him. He did not create the goat picture to degrade black women. It was one of his animals. We even discussed raising them for profit. Someone did what these people do, took the pictures, then took the comments from another post and added them to the picture. Okay, so he's just out here defending his brother, and that's his brother. He has the right to do so. And I don't think he has that bone in him yet. He hasn't met the one that intrigues the mind yet. So someone's asking him, so do you date black girls? And the brother's saying he hadn't made it there yet. Okay. Is the house that they share cut off to everyone? From my sources, the house has never been set up as a crime scene. If so, it wasn't one right after my brother was found unalive there. So why didn't law enforcement feel the need to do so? Why didn't they contact the media immediately? They knew they needed to cover up for her actions. So that's going along pretty much with what Pure Intentions were saying. Okay, so we kind of already read this one. Like I said, some of these are repeat. Okay, so this is just people going back and forth in the comments. They're saying they didn't ask for a lawyer. Okay. Words can explain. My motherfucking soul hurt from the sandbox to grown men. Shit hurts. Man, my brother gone. This shit cut me deep. And he said, guide me, Lord. Y'all know how we do. We try to show all sides. With all due respect, and if you ain't my everyday, please stop hitting my inbox asking me what happened. Cause bitch, you know who the fuck out of here with that nosy shit. Go sit down. Shit, I need Deanna Lamont to read this. I can't make this out. I thought I was doing good at first. Damn it. Out of here with that nosy shit. Go sit in that same corner you been in and continue to make up lies. Fuck out of my face. Okay, in my damn Lamont voice. I think I got it. Okay, so here she is. And this person, I think this is brother. F you, bitch. I hope they feed your ass spoiled food. Okay. So that's pretty much, and there's the GoFundMe account again. I put that again. Like I said, some of those were repeats. Me too, right? If you're still here, Karen. Oh, I think Karen left us. I'm sorry if I said something offensive. 4 kids isn't enough for you to marry me. 2 kids, 2 of the kids are by another clear man. Okay. Right. Nobody cares who he dates, but why hate? Yeah, because that's the real story here. You don't have to hate and tear us down. You thought you was dating up. We weren't good enough for you, but you turned out, being unalive by the person that you worship, right? That's the real story here. Why hate on us? The officer entered the incorrect department, didn't give Bethune a chance to react before she unalived him. The guy was really a really good guy. Oh no, I don't condone the pow of him, even if he was ignorant, right? Dusty, no good ninja. I thought he had 2 kids from her and 2 from another Becky. I'm not sure, so y'all let me know. Thank you, All Things Joy. He did not get married. He did not bother to set his family up well financially. Totally on brand. Okay, he has 2 Becky baby mamas. Trash. Okay, so it sounds like he does have 2 different baby moms. Are you covering any other topics tonight? I'm going to drop off. No, this was a special live that again was brought to us by Sleepy Libra. I've already done my other live earlier, but I will be dropping a link so you can come up and talk about anything that we discussed this week in membership earlier this morning. Other than that, that's it. You gonna go back and replay the 3 Stooges? Okay, Georgia Peach, go ahead and come back because some people may come up to the panel. This is why you gotta watch what you say on social media, right? I feel bad for the family. They will probably give her a manslaughter instead of capital. Well, they've already have her for involuntary manslaughter. That's what she's being held on. Is Nesto from Burke County? I'm not sure. I thought he was from Augusta. Where's Augusta? What county is that? She looked like a fella. Uh-oh, I feel sorry for the kids and the family. Yeah, because you kind of left out here. And like we were saying when we were live on yesterday, we may have said it in different ways. And when it comes to the legal part, or just riding in the car, being married to an individual, being friends with the individual, you kind of guilty by association. They really out here trying to defend him because at the end of the day, this is their loved one and they do love him and they don't want him, his legacy, to be a hateful person that hate Black women, right? So they out here defending him, trying to clear it up, clean up, what he has said publicly, it sounded like to me he was saying it with his damn chest. His children lost both parents that day. That is true, Latita. By the looks of things, he hated her too. Oh my God. And Vicky, if she comes up, she can give us both sides as well. Okay. Hurry up, Georgia Peach. He seemed like he has some real issues. If he was putting hands on her, that's not cool. Yeah, I haven't seen anything. And I looked through the comments. Y'all saw I tried to expand on it. I didn't see anything. Nor when I read through the police bulletin, far as her having marks on her, black eyes, defensive wounds or anything like that. But that doesn't make it not true. So I don't know what happened. Of course, nobody does. While making single mother households, right? Okay, I will. Thank you. Okay, if he thought so highly of her, then why did he not marry her? Poor kids. I feel really bad for his daughters, right? And we'll probably learn more about his character, and so on, as the police do their investigation. And we'll, maybe if they had, domestic violence in their history, if the police had ever been called there before, maybe we'll find out things like that, or friends or family may come forth and say some things as well. But right now I just see his family trying to defend his honor and his name and his legacy, because right now the people is saying that he was doing the most. He was doing the most, And I'm going to put this up and I'm going to drop the link. And they said they were fighting physically in the club. I haven't seen it. Oh, Vicky said she was going to send it to me. Hold on. Let me see. She probably sent it to me on Instagram. And I'll pull it up. I don't have my Instagram up, but it won't take but a minute. Let me see. Vicky did say she was going to send it to me. I do have a message. Uh-oh. Yep. And it's from Vicky. Okay. Let me pull up my Instagram and we'll look at it. Cause somebody did mention that he was looking at some dark meat up in the club and they may have gotten into a verbal argument or some type of fight at the club. Instagram, where are you? Right here. Okay. You go to the post and then share it. Y'all know Instagram, they immediately start playing a darn video. Uh-oh, Shan, I see you. Shan has a son, so you can give us some insight on being a boy mom. I see y'all. Give me a second. Okay, here she go. I'm not gonna turn on the sound because it may be music. We don't want them problems. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. They do say it appeared. It also said there was an altercation with some pushing and shoving before the incident happened. It is reckless to go out, get drunk, and then introduce a pow into the argument. Okay. Let's see. Okay. There you go, Shan, and then Vic to the veil. I'll pull you up in just a moment.
Hi guys.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. Well, I will say my son's first girlfriend was a clear young
Mm,
lady, nice
okay.
girl. And also my son has been attracted to clear girls because that's pretty much what he was around in school. Like in
Okay.
our neighborhood, the neighborhood schools that he went to, there was less than 1% black people. And for a while he was the only black person in elementary school. But what I will say is, I don't have a problem per se with dating outside your race. However, when it comes to black guys dating clear women, the issue becomes if she gets mad at me and she says A and B really happened, when the police show up, A happened. So, it's almost never we're not gonna believe her over you, or we're gonna investigate and see what comes out. Sometimes it has to be very overt and in your face for it to happen. Because honestly, the couple girls that he did, and like my son, he don't discriminate. Once he meet he like who he like, and he's
Yeah.
had a couple, he's had both. So it don't really, but for the most part, you like what you like, and usually it's what you around. So you like maybe like somebody that you're around or you meet or whatever. But my thing is, it's more dangerous for in our country, the way things go, and especially in the South, it's more dangerous for men of color to date clear women. And it's only because of certain things like that, because my family is from a dirt road town in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And my uncle got ran out of the dirt road town for dating a clear woman and told to
Mm-hmm.
not come back. And this
It
was
was
like
illegal down in the South,
yeah,
for a
but
while.
this was 1990 and 2000s. This not, I'm not speaking Jim Crow back in the day, whoop de whoop. I'm talking about when I was a kid, they told him don't come back, ran him out of town. This was 20 years ago, 20 something odd years ago. But it's like and it's still unspoken because until the orange man got in there, it was really like getting to the point to where you feel how you feel, but we're not gonna it's not openly voiced like that because there's things into play. And I will say it's hard. I couldn't do it. I tried it before. It just
Mhm.
didn't work. And the reason why it didn't work, because I was on and off with the husband for years. So when I was on the
Mhm.
off period, I met one. He was a nice guy. It was just he didn't understand my plight. And there's no way that you can understand my plight and then we can have these black children. And then if something you will have to raise them and understand their plight because most of my clear friends, when I have to have the talk with my daughter and my son, they looking like we ain't having those talks with my daughter, our kids, our daughters and sons because they don't have to. Because naturally when they do
Mhm.
them in a traffic stop, they can get irate and not get pow pow. They can pull and tug at your weapon and still not get pow pow. But if you look like you looking at their weapon, you might get it. So it's just culturally, it sometimes doesn't work for whoever it works for. That's good.
Yeah.
But one thing I can tell you is another race will never understand your plight as a black person. Not any other race will understand our plight as a black person because it's difficult because we were the only race brought here. We didn't come here to come. We were brought here. And that's a lot of times when they tell us to go back to Africa and stuff like that, it's because we were really brought here. And I'm not really a black this type of person because I feel
Mhm.
like you get things based on your own merit. But culturally, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Culturally, it's just not gonna mesh too well in some situations because I done been treated like on traffic stops until they realize that wait, she's saying some stuff and what she's saying kind of don't match up. And a lot of times I'd have had to go to court on tickets and I'll beat them because it's like, well, blase, whatever. And then they're like, well, yeah, he shouldn't have gave you that ticket. Yeah, I know this, I know. But it's like, but then you see them got somebody pulled over and they just chit chatting away with this nice little clear lady, even though she just sped past me doing 100 and bowing her head because she was listening to ACDC. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Mhm.
just for me, you like who you like, you love who you love. But I don't necessarily think that I just date white women is actually you like who you like, you love who you love,
Yeah.
because you fall in love or you like a person based on them. And race does not make you up. It does not make you that person because my blackness does not define me,
Mhm.
even though that's the first thing most that people see when they see me. I was gonna say most people, but that's the only first thing people see when they see me is my
Mhm.
blackness. It doesn't
Yeah.
define me, and that's not gonna make a person like me. It may make you dislike me, but it's not gonna make a person like me. That's why I said I don't really mind the interracial dating. And my son, I'm nervous if he's out with a white woman. And I'm nervous because if it don't look right or somebody got a problem with it, they might hurt my baby. That's where I'm at with it. I'm not nervous about her or the nice girl that she is and they like each other, they're happy. I'm nervous about others because
Okay.
some people out here where we live at see that and they have a problem with it and will walk up to, so I see people walk up to people and that's none of your business who they like or who they with. But it's like, and especially now it's gotten more emboldened because of the things that's coming about. And the other thing that I wanted to say is the civil rights thing in Georgia, that don't
Mhm.
include us. Georgia different. We already know that. That don't include us. That's a state thing,
Oh,
and
well,
that's
I'm by
their.
Georgia. I'm like 30, 50. So potentially that could affect
I mean,
me.
well, you right
But
if you crossing over or whatever case, if DeSantis pick it up, but it's a state thing, and I don't see my state coming over because we're a state that
yeah, and we
don't.
in the South. It is
Yeah,
different down here. You're
yeah.
you
So
in
it's
Detroit. You're up north.
yeah.
It
It
is a
don't,
different vibe down here.
yeah,
It
it
really
don't,
is.
it won't particularly mess with us, but it's also a civil rights act, and there's things that have to happen to remove an act, which I've never seen an act removed. It's like removing the law, but harder.
Hmm.
So there's things that have to happen in order for you to get rid of it. But what they're saying about in Georgia is they're re which they need to redo a bunch of their stuff, but they're
Hmm.
looking at the application of civil rights in their state. So, I mean, Georgia, I don't know about them. That's why I ain't never moved down there when my cousin said come. Mm-mm. Y'all different. Y'all can stay
Yeah.
there. But
It's
just to
definitely
wrap
a
it off,
different vibe. Yeah, because I have Vicky and Miss Boogie down. Wait, and Vicky was getting a clip. So for me, I don't know if she's ready yet, but Miss Boogie down is
yeah,
here
I'll
with
just
it.
wrap it all up with saying for me, it's not about interracial and you don't have to down somebody. It's just like you don't have to
Hmm.
down this person because you like that person. You don't have to do that. You can two things can be true. You like these people and these people okay. You just
Right.
don't have to do that. And I don't appreciate when they do that. But they also I feel like they do that when they have an issue. Like you had an issue with some black women and all black women aren't the same because all women aren't the same. I know some some clear women that you would think like, oh, you're a sister, okay? Because culturally,
Hmm.
there's a stereotype, and I've seen some clear women that hold that stereotype real true. Well, speaking of one
Hmm.
yesterday, she way she embarrasses me sometimes, okay? So I will say that it's okay to like who you like. It's just unsafe for us in some instances. That's just it. That's what it all boils down to for me.
Okay.
And that's it.
Thank
Hey
you,
ladies.
Stan.
Hey, hey,
Vicky, are you ready, Vicky?
I am.
Okay.
Hi,
Then Miss
hi,
Boogie down. Okay.
hey everyone.
hey,
I'm just
hey.
like from just a personal perspective. Y'all know I am. Well,
Hmm.
I'm Creole, so I kind of got it from both ends.
Hmm.
I wasn't black enough, and then I didn't fit in with like. Of course, I
Hmm.
didn't fit in with white people because I'm not white passing, and I didn't
Hmm.
try to. I was my mother's black, and by law my father's black, so. Um, I don't understand these people who down, and it's not just the men who do it. Women, I've seen some women do it too. I think we just saw one like a marriage implode, the King of Queens or whatever they were. I saw them like it kind of implode and have some issues. Sometimes when women go with other races
Yeah.
and men, they tend to like, oh my God, it's the second coming of Jesus. This man is so good. You're just having a good experience right now. Don't down your people. You still have a place. And then they make these mixed kids who don't really have a footing. They don't necessarily, they won't, it's not a guarantee that they're going to fit in on either side.
Yeah.
And then him saying all these horrible things about black women this and black women that, you out here making half black babies. So what you just basically saying that you ain't ish, your kids ain't ish, and the only person who's something worth a damn is the lady who took your life. That's how I perceive it. I don't care about interracial dating, marriage, whatever. Do as you will, but just understand, like Shan said, it's not always safe. I dated a few times, and my ex husband is white.
Hmm.
I dated a few people who were weren't black. Let's just put it that way. And I mean, they black men will look at you crazy, but be on the arm, have a Mexican woman, have a Mexican woman standing next to him, or have the snowiest of snow bunnies next to him. But they will look at you crazy and tell you you can't date outside your race. But then they're like, you just supposed to. I guess you're just supposed to stay single.
Yeah.
So I
Sort of,
said,
sort of, kind of like with Serena.
yeah, like she just supposed to. I mean, who else was she going? I mean, she found someone equally yoked,
Hmm.
who actually seems to love her, seems to treat her right. He treats their daughter right for all intents and purposes, and she's in a good relationship. So I just think when you choose, well, not choose, but if love finds you
Mm-hmm.
in an interracial relationship, that's okay. It is what it is. God made us, kind of very, pretty much all the same, except
Yep.
a few things that, visually, aesthetically, that are different. Um, and then of course some diseases and whatnot, but whatever. Um, God made us the same. And if you find somebody that you love or like and you want to date that's of a different ethnic background, be prepared for the looks, the funny looks. And also, you can't just go, but I ain't never dating no black men again, or I ain't
Yeah.
never dating no black woman again, because they ain't shit. This white woman right here is like, is the bee's knees. She treat me like a king. Well, that's that one. Yeah, maybe you're experiencing it with that one. How many times have we seen these athletes go on to they leave their good girlfriends who stuck with them while they were in college
Yeah.
and paid for their lunch while they were broke and all this stuff. How
Kevin
many?
Hart is one that sticks out to me.
Oh gosh, don't get me started on him.
Okay. Okay.
But as far just as far as stories like this, I don't like it. I don't like the downing of black women. I mean, it just he's making black kids. That's the thing I don't understand. You can't stand black people so much. If you hate yourself and us that much, then maybe you should stop the bloodline. Why are you out here like making these babies? Because they're gonna be perceived as black. People are gonna like look at them, and they're not gonna give them people don't do white passing anymore. I mean, some people do, but for the most part, if when they came out with that one Plessy versus Ferguson, when they came out with that one drop rule, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. You're black. I don't
And my
understand.
thing
Like,
is too, if you are having kids, you do need to be in the mindset where you can educate your kids about
mm-hmm.
both parts, their white side, their black side, and not just have them and hate one side and uplift the other side, because your kids got to go out here in the real world. They're going to be confused. So at least be responsible and teach your kid about both history.
And I've met a lot of people who, like, I'm gonna say black people who think that we don't have a culture, but we do. So they think that the culture is our culture is just simply what is represented today. But we do have a culture. We just kind of we've been programmed and brainwashed to stop
For them pick
celebrating.
a side or pick a side. You don't, why,
Yeah.
and why do you have to? Why do you have
You
to pick
don't have to. You can celebrate both sides. You can celebrate. I mean, if you're triracial, you can celebrate all sides. But the point is like I don't understand how he Toby. I'm gonna let Miss Boogie down talk because I gotta get my dog. But
Okay.
I got something to say about Toby.
Okay, let me read Miss Selena. Coming from a different perspective, I've not had a problem with relating to white women and their ability to understand me. Um,
I have.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I felt picked on or lesser than or anything like that, but I don't know how to like for example, like if they're talking about their grandparents and maybe times and things that they shared as a kid, I'm not going to have that same perspective because my grandmother was a slave. You know what I'm saying? So when they're talking about going to grandma's house, my grandma may have been the maid. So I don't know how I could relate 100% or be able to share perspectives like all the way around. I don't know. But I feel you, Miss Celine. I feel you. Okay, go ahead, Miss Boogie Down. I wanted to read her comment.
No worries, no worries. Good evening, ladies. How are we doing? So my story is a little bit different. So my
Okay.
ex-husband had more so a problem with our boys um bringing home anything other than in black and possibly Latino, right? Now my
Mhm.
story is different because I grew up predominantly in a melting pot. I had white neighbors, I had Hispanic neighbors, but
Mhm.
but my area would be considered probably the majority of Black in terms of growing up. I went to very diverse school. My best friend was a boy, and his name is Kenneth Lamb, Asian kid. We went all through up until college because I went to a HBCU. You know what I'm saying? So my upbringing was different. So inclusion is what I'm getting to from my end was definitely different than my ex-husband. My ex-husband, basically also Northerner, obviously, like myself, a New Yorker, grew up Black, just grew up Black pride, very much, very, very Black in his house. You know what I'm saying? So that was a no-no. Having two Black sons, he was like, on my watch, I can't control you when you become grown men, but it wasn't even entertained. So high school, when they were able to date and stuff like that, she can't use your comb, can't bring her home. That's just how it was. And I supported that. Didn't necessarily 100% agree with it, but I supported it because we had to be a unified front for our kids. Now, again, he had a child when I met him and we produced one together. His son that he had prior to was raised with us from the time he was like 12. He was acting out. Mom's, was in a new relationship or whatever have you. And my ex-husband felt like, his son was being neglected and not properly, being raised and kind of like being shafted. And so we legally adopted him so that there wouldn't be no problems with the whole, he's coming back to me, whatever. And like I said, from the time he was 12 till he graduated college, he lived with us. So I let my ex-husband basically set the tone for the boys. Now, had we had a girl, that would have been more so my jurisdiction, right? Because I'm a female. But, and I say that to say, so, he wouldn't have a problem. I remember his son had dated a Latino girl, if I'm not mistaken. I think she was Puerto Rican or she might have been Dominican, but it was one of the two. And he was like, okay with it, but it was just like that's it. Like, let that be the lightest thing coming in this house. You know what I mean? Like I said, he is very, is very, very Black. And being a police officer and now being a lieutenant, he's seen a lot of things, heard a lot of the locker room talk, behind the scenes talk. So he was like, my boys will never wife and take care of one of these people's kids because of his experience and because of what he's witnessed around. So I was reading the comments and I was seeing, a few of the ladies, obviously African-American women, Black women, however we want to classify ourselves. And I don't think this was about, I didn't feel like the tone was where people was taking it. That's why I was just like, well, if she drops the link, if Lady T-Bug drops the link, I'll come up as a mother of Black sons. I'll come up and speak on behalf of that. But let's be very clear. When I, like I said, growing up, I dated Hispanics. I've never dated anybody Caucasian. It's just not my interest. Have I been approached? Yes. So I've never had a problem attracting a different race, but the closest that I felt culture-wise, being comfortable and being able to just feel free to be who I am was somebody, if it wasn't somebody Black, was somebody like Puerto Rican. That's what I grew up around. That's who I felt like, you know what I mean? That's who came to, we literally had 3 white families in my block. And my brother, who's about 4 years older than me, he was friends with I remember it was 3 girls and 1 boy. And my brother was friends with the white kid. And so I never, and being as though my brother is 4 years older, obviously by the time my brother was able to date, I'm like only like 11, 12 years old. That wasn't happening, me dating his friends, so to speak. And then later on, being able to hang out with friends at like 18, 19 or whatever have you, being approached and just coming home for holidays or whatever have you, then, you get people like approaching you and just meeting people of all walks of all life while I was married and stuff like that. I've had people hit on me of other nationalities, but for the most part, my upbringing was just dating Black and Spanish dudes. So, and that was my comfort zone. So when my ex-husband had his viewpoint of coming up growing up in the city, being predominantly around Black people, and then working as a police officer in the 90s when it was like still, a little different for us. And my ex-husband has a college degree, but he came right out of college and went into the academy. And so being around them in a capacity, my ex-husband used to always have a phrase. He said, it's funny, being a police officer, there's Black, there's white, and then there's blue. He was like, those are the three races. You know what I'm saying? So it was like,
That's scary.
Yeah, and exactly. And so he was like, you will see a Black man take a bullet for a white guy, and a white guy will take a bullet for a Black man, but you will not see them entertain each other outside of the job. He was like, it's just the weirdest experience. He was like, I've never been invited to any of these people's homes or whatever have you. He was like, but we've been in crunch situations when we were rookies and stuff like that, and walking the beat, as they used to call it, when you first get onto the force. And he was like, and I know that one of them would have took a bullet for me, but they wouldn't invite me to their home or my family.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And,
He was
I'm
like,
down
so,
south, so I have totally, different experiences.
So, but I didn't understand that. And again, and I told y'all before in previous conversations, my dad was a police officer. So I can't even imagine what he went through. It wasn't stories
military,
that he shared.
everything.
And
My granddad was in the military. My
and that was
uncle,
my dad. My dad was in the army and then went from the army to being a cop.
So when people talking about kneeling and so on, when that was a big movement and a protest, I can tell some stories of some things that my grandfather and my uncle went through, because that was during the time that they had to enlist, during the draft, and they were the ones that were put out there, and they were not treated equally or fair. And I'll just leave that, right there. And again, I'm in the South, so clearly it's different, down here. We had our area. We did not commingle. We did not. We couldn't go certain places around certain schools, FSU, and so on, because there will be an issue. Okay, you may not make it home. And I live close to a city that they call Will Kill a Nigga, Florida, also known as Wakulla, Florida. So that's when I say that I'm not going to be able to relate in those methods, because if you're talking about times growing up and things that you experienced that I could not experience due to living down here in the South, I'm going to probably make you feel uncomfortable, because you're going to be like, me and my grandmother went out to eat ice cream, and I'll be like, oh, my grandma had to go pick cotton. So that's what I mean. Like, I'm not going to be able to relate in those ways, because I will probably make the person feel uncomfortable. Go ahead. Being patient.
I didn't realize there's a lot of stuff that happened to me when I was a kid, like especially when I was still in New Orleans, that I didn't realize that it was like racist stuff happening to me. And because it just was what it was. That is the South, and New Orleans is kind of semi-segregated, like self-segregated. Like most cities, I'm sure, like, where you from, that we automatically, even though the law says that we don't have to be segregated, we self-segregate. We keep to our own.
Well, I grew up in the 70s. Martin Luther King has was assassinated 53 years ago, 50 some years ago. I'm about to be 50. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up in that time. That's how it was down here in the South. Like, some people think, that was a long time ago.
It's not.
But depending on your age, no, that wasn't a long time ago for us, here in the South.
Yeah, no. And when we first moved out here, some little, some boy asked me to. It was a white boy, and he asked me to the dance, and I went home and I told my mom, and this is my mom. She was married, she was married to a black man still at the time, and she's like, no. I was like, well, mom, he's a nice guy. He gave me his number. He said you can talk to his mom. So no. I'm like, because my mom she had dated outside of her race before, but she was against me dating outside my race. And I said, well, that's not, that was not, I was like, what is she like, do as I say, not as I do. But I understand it now, now that I'm older. When you jump into these relationships, you, when I dated outside my race, they always told me, somebody else commented this. When you jump into these relationships, the men always told me is like, you talk about race too much. I'm like, well, I have to, like you just said, we didn't choose to come here. Like we're
Right.
here. Like a lot of our culture was stripped away from us. The
Yeah.
times that we tried to rebuild, it was the opportunities were taken from us. We were given like the lowest of the low measures to try to rebuild and establish good lives. And now
Mhm.
y'all introduced the rugs to our community, and when one of us like makes it out and tries to do something good, y'all say, oh, it's affirmative action or DEI hire or something like that. Not the fact that
Mhm.
y'all didn't give us, so there's still like that, there's still a stigma against black people that, and we have a stigma that, well, especially for black women, that we're angry, that we
Yeah.
too mouthy, we're gold diggers, we don't know how to behave, we're too ratchet. But then
Yeah.
these
Hard to
these
deal with.
hmm then these men come home with the white equivalent of us. She just white. And then they have these mixed babies and they want to talk bad about us. And you, what you gonna tell your little half black baby? Because sometimes, because
That's
it's
what
not.
I'm saying. You got to be able to educate your kid. Like you said, don't just do it and then leave your kid out there high and dry. Like you got to educate them on both sides of their history.
Yeah, because it's not again. I've heard some slick stuff come out of black men's mouths. I've heard it out of black women's mouths, but more out of black men's mouth when they date outside their race. It's like I want my baby to have good hair. Like I've heard somebody, especially the Florida rappers, girl. They are notorious for saying I don't want my kid to be as black as me. Why? I think it's beautiful. I When I was a kid, I thought it was one day I was gonna magically become my grandma's color. Cause I did, I really did. I thought, I'm like, okay, everybody in my family is dark. My mama, she a little darker than me, but everybody in my family dark skin. I thought one day my color was gonna pop. You know how like a belly button pops sometimes. I thought my I thought my color was gonna pop on, and it never did pop on. I think the skin color is beautiful, but when I hear these like the really the darker skin, like a Kodak Black, or I can't think of the other rappers, but I've seen them like on Vlad, and they just talk about, yeah, they don't want their kids to be as dark as them, and I'm just like, the self shame. Why do you have that? And then they get with these people, these others. You know that these girls are with you for the money. You
Yeah, they
know it.
wouldn't date. They wouldn't date you if you didn't have the money
Yeah, it's
or
like
the status or the status.
the status, the money,
The
it
clout.
just the clout, yeah, then the connections, just period. They wouldn't date you. They're just looking for a good time, and then you're gonna have a baby. It's not guaranteed that baby is gonna have the quote unquote light skin that you think that they're gonna have, or the quote unquote good hair that you think they're gonna have. They could end up with the same type of hair because black genetics they're varied. And
Mhm.
and you could end up with some very kinky hair, which I think is beautiful, and then you're gonna be mad. Like, what was this all for? But as far as these two guys go, Toby, let's go to Toby. Toby,
Okay.
I
The first
watched,
guy is Toby, y'all.
yeah, I watched so many videos because at first I was like, wow, he was, me, I was trying to be empathetic. Like, he was in an
Yeah.
abusive relationship. Like, she was just crazy. She's, tweaked out or whatever. And I watched
Yeah.
the hotel video and I watched her arrest video out here in Vegas. And it was another video when they were in Colorado, and everybody just standing around watching her just be like verbally and physically aggressive with him, and nobody doing nothing to her. She's just like screaming at the top of her lungs. She's cuckoo as all get out. Then I found out he would do the OnlyFans with her. But baby, when those tweets dropped, I said, "Oh, okay, tag out." I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard to kind of defend that type of stuff. It really is.
But that was his queen, like the stuff that he said, and then his family. They want. I mean, I felt bad because she did kind of get away with it for a little while, and his
Yeah.
family had to. But he was equally as disrespectful as this man. And the man's, I think I sent you a video of the man, or you may have already found it, of the man's, what's his name? The one we talking about, the second one.
What is Christian? Wait a minute. No,
Tel-
Christian.
Telbo, Telbo.
Telvin
Is it I
Osborne.
thought it was Telbo,
His real
right?
name is Telvin Osborne, and her name is Hannah Grace.
Where did Telbo Rankins come from then?
That's his handle, like
Okay.
Lady T Bug.
So Tevin, what's his name? Tevin Osborne?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So his cousin came out and it's like that's some old stuff and all this, like, sir, that's how he felt. It wasn't that long ago that he felt this way. He had his preference. He chose her. I'm sure that he tried to blacken her up, even though he didn't want a black woman. Um, that's fine and all dandy, but he didn't want our he at in life he didn't want our assistance or help because he felt like we were crabs in a bucket. So peacefully, I say, I'm going to give him that grace in death and say, sir, let your preferences, the
Okay.
ones who wear the cowboy boots, and I'm gonna say, sir, I'm gonna let them fight for you.
Gotcha.
That's Yep.
I said what I said, and then y'all can go at it like we normally do. She from the South, so she probably finna come talking like me.
That part. So let me make my disclaimer first. And hey, everybody, how y'all doing tonight?
Hey,
Hey.
big sis, what's
Hey.
going on with you?
Oh, nothing much. Really, I done went and got me some food. Really, I almost woofed it all down while you guys were on the panel. I was like, I hope they're still on there when I get
Yeah,
back,
we
because I
here.
really want to talk about this subject and really kind of
Oh, you're
explain
a boy
myself.
mom. You're a boy mom too. So
I
you can.
I am. I'm a boy mom, and I do live in the South. And baby, let me tell you, the South part. I was in the Metroplex, right in Dallas metropolitan area,
Mhm.
and then I moved home to West Texas,
Mhm.
and so Dallas is okay. Well, it was up until Agent Orange got in office. So first, let me just make this disclaimer. I don't care who you love and how you love them, or who Personally, I don't care. But like Shan said, society care too much. And if
Yeah.
anything go down, then and cops have to come out where they're gonna take whichever the clear person is, their story is gonna trump the black person story. Unfortunately, they're not gonna listen to both sides of the story, and Lord forbid if they act a little hostile or whatever, because they may not even make it out of the situation. Just depends on who catch the call and how they feel that night. When my son was a little boy, and we were like Shan, we did live in the suburbs, so he wasn't around a lot of black people, and he was attracted. He was a kid though, so he don't really know what attraction was. But you know how if you have a son, everybody know little boys are just mannish. They come out mannish, okay? He was rubbing on people's legs at 3 years old at the store. He would get underneath the clothes rack, and he was rubbing on this white lady legs one day to my mama legs, legs. And the white lady just standing up there letting him do it. I'm like, why are you letting him rub on you like that? Oh, he's a boy, and I know how it goes. But boys are mannish. So when he was about 7 years old, I took him to this. We were at this community pool, and he said he liked he said he wanted. It was 3 girls that was up there, and it was a little white girl, a little Indian girl, and a little black girl. And he said he wanted the cinnamon color girl, and I was like, well, which one is the cinnamon color? So he really kind of chose the Indian girl, right? And so we talk about racism with black and white, but you can rest assured in other nationalities, they're just as racist as the other cultures are. Other cultures do not want their kids mingling with other races for whatever reason.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just a black and white thing.
It's really bad with Indians, with Middle
Yeah,
Easterners.
it's Indians, it's Chinese, it's Japanese, it's all other races. So really, everybody kind of got like a warped sense of perspective when it comes to race. And like Vicky and Shan both said, we're all the same people.
Yep.
And the only reason why I wanted my son to date a black person is because, like Shan said, I'm fearful for his life. I'm scared that he's not gonna make it home. I'm scared if
And I know,
anything
I'm
jump.
sure seeing these type of stories don't make y'all, feel any more
Yeah,
comfortable.
I'm just afraid that he wouldn't. If any type of altercation came along, I'm afraid that he wouldn't make it out of the altercation. Whether he be in jail for a long time or he just will be unalive, whether he's guilty or not. Okay, because the court of law don't see him that way. They do look at the women as, and they even look at black women. Even when we call the law, now they've kind of changed it a little bit because whoever have a lick now may possibly go to jail if you got a mark on you. The other one may go to jail. But previous, I say they started doing that within about the last decade. But prior to that, the black man was going to jail. If the black woman said the black man did something to them, baby, he going to jail. Okay, they're gonna take the woman word altogether, no matter what color. And I did date a white guy one time.
Okay.
And I was just like Shan. It's like he didn't understand me and I really didn't understand him. So it couldn't go nowhere because we couldn't understand each other. And I just felt awkward. And like Vicky say, boy, when we would go out in public and go out to eat, and oh my God, the looks that the black men give you when you're dating a white man, oh my God, they cannot take it. They if looks could unalive you, I would definitely be unalive. And it's like, why are you dating? You could just tell, you could just read their faces, like, why are you with him? Why are you with him? But like Vicky say, but they can date whoever they want to date, right?
Okay.
But they have a certain standard for
Barbarossa.
us. They have a certain standard for us. So, just to wrap it all up and not to be here all night. Personally, I don't care who my kids date. And like you said, Lady T-Bug, whether it's a man, woman,
same sex. I mean, just long
same
as it's
sex,
happy, man.
opposite
Long as it
sex,
ain't no damn
purple,
mess,
green.
Shit,
I
long
don't
as it ain't no
care.
mess, though, we good.
Yeah, long as it ain't no bum ass Nesto, I really don't care. But society care. So
Yeah.
that's why I put in the chat, I'm glad my son date chocolate women. And it's just so that he can make it home. Okay. It's just so that he can be safe, because I am in the South. And even, with my son and my nephews, because I had a hand in raising them also, I used to have to have that talk with them and let them know you already have 2 strikes against you in society when you walk outside that door. Number 1, you're black, and number 2, you guys are going to be men. And so society, for whatever reason, they're inferior to a black man. And so I've always had to have that conversation with them. And it's a shame that you have to have that conversation, but it is what it is. And now that we have Agent Orange in the office, he's segregate. I mean, America was already divided. Oh my God, he made sure he put a big wedge between the races. And so everybody's against everybody at this point. And the people that really didn't care for the other race or whatever, they feel emboldened now where they can just bring it out all out in public now. It's no longer just kept at home. It's all out in the public now. So you may encounter anybody that may want to act a fool with you, whether you're a man or a woman. People feel emboldened to just, tell you how they feel and possibly even try to charge you up just because they feel like they're inferior, to you. And it's just asinine and crazy to me for people to just even act like that, because just like Shan said, anybody can be a white, anybody can. In any nationality, being an A white does not have a color on it. Okay, anybody can show their butts. And so I just don't want people to feel like I'm racist or feel like that, I'm just all for the black man, because I'm not. I could care less, but like I said,
Okay.
society care more than I do. And this
Yeah.
food that we have, this guy that's unalived, I feel sorry for his mom. I feel sorry for
Yeah.
his kids. I feel sorry
Yeah.
for his family. But I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for him. Because in actuality, well, let me just put it like this. I do feel sorry for him, because you're supposed to have sympathy for anybody that's no longer here, and that, the way that he, had to leave. I feel sorry that he had to leave this earth without getting the help that he needed. Okay. Because it is very, I'm serious. It's very obvious that he has some issues. He didn't like himself, in my opinion. Not only did he not like black women, if you don't like black women, then you can't like your mom too much, and you can't like yourself too much. So it
Right.
seemed like he had an issue with himself, and that
Absolutely.
he needed some help. He needed to get some therapy. But, and I'm sorry just to even see the situation happen, because I'm pretty sure she was mad, because if he was looking at somebody else, because, we've all been young and stupid, in our younger years. And
Yeah.
it's just so happened everybody can have a weapon now, and you can, you can react to your actions
Yeah.
a little bit more dangerously now. And so I really wish they take all of these pals off the streets, because it's really causing more problems than what is necessary. And
The problem with that is the criminals already have their own version of the pow
I
pows.
know, but I just feel like, we just have too many of them, and that's not the way to solve the issues. And it
Well, I
just,
want to
it's
chime in on that before you go down. I said what I said. I
what,
have a big problem with it. I
well,
have a
hold on,
big.
let me finish up, and then you can rebuttal
Okay.
back. But I just feel like the young people in a whole, a lot of young people, not all of them, but a
Hmm.
lot of our young people cannot handle pressure for whatever reason. And so that's
Yeah.
all I had to say, guys.
Hey,
So y'all can
Pine.
rebuttal. Y'all can rebuttal now.
No. I'm saying I have a problem with this. This is why like I said, I supported
Hmm.
and support my ex-husband views. And if I could do it again, I wouldn't change anything, especially seeing where we are in society.
Well,
Every
you are
time,
up north, because you got to remember we are down south, so it's a little
right? But
different
none of
for.
and that's where I'm going with it. That's my
Hmm.
thing. Now, granted, yes, I was raised in New York, but every
Hmm.
summer I was in the South. My dad's people is from Macon, Georgia. My mother's people is from Charleston,
Okay.
South Carolina. So
I'm
every
familiar
summer,
with Macon.
if
Yeah.
if you know people from up north for the most part, that was like every summer you were in the South. Like most of my northern friends, we did summers in the South with our relatives, our cousins, our families, whatever, right? And so being a northerner, and yes, it is very different than what
Hmm.
we were like, how we used to get the rules and regulations from my grandparents, from my aunties, from my uncles, and stuff like that. Coming here, like when you came up north, it definitely was different because we are a melting pot. You can step outside of your doors in New York and your neighbor was somebody of another ethnicity. That's not quite the same in the South, and I get that. But my issue and with my sons, and why I never intervened, even though at first I didn't agree with my husband, but now I totally agree with him, was because of where we are in society. Every time these Black men end up in a situation where these women either get them locked up or end up taking their lives, it is always made to look like they were beating on these women.
Mm.
Nobody heard anything about this before, but now all of a sudden,
Yeah, I
that's
agree
the
with you.
go-to. You know what I'm saying? And it pisses me the heck off. And even though, my thing is, I with anybody, I love my Black people. I love my Black culture, even with our ignorances, even with the Nestos running through and the Lamonts. At the end of the day, I love my Black men. So I agree. There's something inserted in these men growing up with this self-hatred. And I definitely think that there's some relationship issues with their mothers, their grandmothers, or something. Maybe they were mistreated, not shown affection. I don't know, but this is deeper rooted. I don't have a problem with the interracial dating if this was the circumstances, because you are only around these people. You're going to love who you love based on who you're surrounded by. But if you grew up around nothing but Black people, or whatever, and I don't know this young man or any of these two young men's story, and rest their souls, but if you grew up around Black people and your instinct is to say that I refuse to date a Black woman, there's something wrong there. This is not, I prefer, because I've dated Black women, I've dated Asian women, I've dated Spanish women, and this is my preference. No, this is, you are automatically excluding a whole damn race of people based on whatever experience you had either growing up or whatever self-hatred issues you have. Excuse me, I'm getting a little choked up because I'm being a Black mom of boys. If my sons ever said that, I would be devastated right now. I don't, my prayer is for their mothers. And I mean that real talk. My prayer, more than even for them, because they made a choice. And I don't think anybody had the right to unalive them, but it's a choice that they make. But as a Black mother, if I ever have my son say that he hates Black women, my God, I don't know what these women are going through right now, because I know the blood, sweat, and tears that I have suffered to make sure. I know the disrespect that I have come upon, but at the end of the day, I had two boys that I had to make sure that they have food on the table and things that and I know what my ex-husband would go through and the stories he would come and tell. And it was just nothing I could do, because at one point in life, I wanted to go out and just kill everybody there, because I know that this Black man breaks his neck to make sure that these boys, we went sleepless nights, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that they were afforded every opportunity. We don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to make it happen for them. We're going to make sure. So for them to turn around and to say that they hate Black women, that's telling me they hate me.
Yeah.
And I don't support that. And so my heart and my prayers go out to these young men's mothers, because not only did these damn privileged, clear persons thought that they had the right to take their sons, but now you want to sit up here and play victim, and he was abusive, and he was this is always the freaking go-to. It's always the freaking go-to. And in one case, one had children with him. Why would you keep staying with him and having kids with him if he was so abusive, if he was so this, and if he was so that? That's why I don't believe in that case it was true. We're looking at the other one with the Toby guy. He's in the damn elevator and this girl is like swinging on him. And I'm looking at him. And I can't help but to feel sorry for him, because he's not aggressive with her. She's the aggressive one. But in that damn courtroom, your punk A is going to sit up there and act like this man was beating on you when he put you above his own damn people. You piece. I'm just so reckless right now. But nevertheless, I'm just saying that's why I don't support that crap right there, because if anybody to this day, I swear before God, you will see me on the news, think they got the right to take my boys away from me, it's gonna be some damn furniture moving in that damn courtroom. It's gonna be some unaliving going on. And I stand 10 toes strong on that. And I make no apologies for that, because the way that these men get berated, on top of, even if they were disrespecting us as Black women, it just kills me that it sounds like these guys, they wasn't getting love nowhere.
Yeah.
And you thought going somewhere else, they was gonna put you on that pedestal, that somewhere along the line you was failed. But I know if mine ever sat up there, and the reasoning why they didn't or won't date or marry a Black woman. Well, my stepson, thank God, is married and she's African American. They met each other in college. But if mine decided that he hates Black women, then I'm soul searching. What did I do wrong? What did I miss? Because if nothing else, I always, every time my kids put on their little fresh clothes, I'll be like, "Dang, you handsome. You know, if you was brought up at mommy's
Pouring
day,
into your
man,
kids,
listen,
pouring into them, yeah.
always, my sons were always taught they were a prince. And then my baby would be like, Mommy, why I'm not the king? I said, that's your daddy. He the king. Okay, mommy. Okay.
That's
Okay.
too cute. That's too cute.
You know, but I
He's
just,
Simba.
I'm just,
You Simba, baby.
so if he decided that he didn't want to date somebody that looked like him or looked like his mama, me,
Or his grandmother,
or his grandmother.
so on. I mean, I don't know my great grandparents, but
And I was listening to,
my
I
grandma.
said what I said, we're talking about the rubbing up on the legs. That was my son. That was my son. He would rub up, but the funny thing is he was the opposite. You have to be a brand. I'm not even a chocolate woman. My mother was a chocolate woman, but my son loves himself some chocolate women. And so I remember my girlfriend, very quick story, her daughter is like the same age, maybe like a couple of years younger than my son. And she was trying to like hold his hand and run across the street. And then I said, why are you being so mean to Naya? And he was like, I don't like her. And I said, why? She's so pretty. And he was like, And then I was like, well, you don't think she's pretty? He was like, she's okay. And then the next little girl comes in there for the party or whatever have you, and he's drawn to her like hotcakes. And I said, oh my God, my son is a colorist. He don't like light-skinned little baby girls. I was like, and and I would just like, I thought it was funny at first, but then even with that, I was just like, listen, Naya is beautiful too. He was like, like he just would not budge with me with that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, but at the end of the day, I'm just glad I said, well, if nothing else, I know between me and my mama, we must have made a good impression because he loves himself some brown women. And I was just like, but I don't want you not liking the lighter skinned women either. You got light skinned aunties and stuff like that on both sides. We don't want that love to not be there either. You got some light skinned cousins. I need you to you got to love us all. But my heart and my prayers go out to these men's mothers because what happened? What went wrong that they would that they're this hateful? And that's all I had to say on that. I'm just getting emotional.
Let me tell you what mine said. So I said, well, what about the other girl, the dark-skinned girl? He said, no, I don't like that. He said, I like pink and brown girls. And I said, okay. I said, but your mommy is brown. Your mommy is Black. He said, it's okay for mommies.
Just like,
it's okay for mommies to be that color, but not my woman in so many words. But, he grew out of that. He was just 7 or 8 years old.
And just like the same sex, relationship, they say they knew, early on as, small kids. So, people know, I guess, what they know. And I just remember growing up seeing a special on TV where they were, it was the doll special. I don't know if anybody saw that. I forgot what TV station it was on back then, but it was, probably in the 80s or the 90s. And they would give the girls the black and the white doll, the different dolls.
The social experiment?
Yes, the social experience. And the black dolls were never chosen, even by the Black girls. So that says a lot. The kids somehow, they know, and it's good when if you do recognize that and try to correct it, at an early age, but you just never know. You never know. And I don't have a son, I just have a daughter, so that's why I'm welcoming y'all input, the boy moms.
Now I have a preference. My preference is Black. My preference is if I have to choose, but I don't have a type as far as like they must be. They really don't. I mean, even if they're not necessarily a super duper attractive, I'm a sapiosexual. I go off of like their mind more so than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I will say this. I do have a type. I can't do big men. I can't do big men. Like, you, 200 pounds is like the limit for me. But that's about it. I don't.
Okay.
I mean, when I and like growing up, like I said, my mom was very. She was. It was not allowed. Like I just couldn't. I mean, and I couldn't date outside my race. So when it finally happened, she gave me the side eye. But she was back to when she divorced her ex. She was back to dating outside of her race. And my stepdad's white. My her current husband is white. And I'm like, well, mama, you told me all this time that I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. She's like, I was trying to make things easier for you.
Okay.
And it's true. Like I said, when I was out, I had a
Yes.
boyfriend who was he was half Korean, he was Korean, Japanese, and white. So he's kind of like that weird mix where you can kind of tell he was Asian, but it just people would just look at it like when I say people, I mean black men would just look. I mean, we were at the blackjack table, and they came up and just being like, I mean, disrespectful. If they saw me holding his hand, and they coming up hitting on me like, what? Like you could leave, baby. I got more money than him. Just being like, being very, very weird, like looking at him like he's a lame. Like drop that hero. So it's just it's weird. I mean, the whole thing about interracial dating is you just kind of have to be mentally prepared for it. Um, but the long and the short of it is don't don't down where you come from. Because
Yeah.
that basically for the other person, the person of the other race, you don't feel bad about that. You don't think that's weird that your man or woman is constantly saying bad things about their own race, and you think and you if they think their race and their ethnicity is bad, why are you having kids with them? You're breeding with someone who you obviously agree with them. You're sharing house with them. You're sharing bed with them. You're sharing DNA with them. You're obviously agreeing with what they're saying, and you still choose to procreate with them. It's weird to me. It's weird to
Mhm.
be with somebody who, like, even when people like when you hear like men or women, like men who are misogynistic, and women just stay along with them, and they go along with that stuff where they say bad things about women. You don't find that just a little gay?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, why would you be with somebody who hates themselves? That's
And
Because
that's why we
because
just
they're
end with
making
the
these.
education going in, because sometimes you can unconsciously, do things and you don't really sit back and think about it. Not saying that's their case, because obviously y'all tweeting and y'all making very bold statements, but sometimes you may not think about it like that deep because
Now
you
you
are
see how you made
ignorant.
the conscious decision. You brought your daughter black dolls. Me and my sisters, we never owned black dolls. Now I was born in 73. I got an older sister who's the oldest of my parents' children, born in
Hmm.
63. My mother was born in 1940. My dad 1941. I give
Hmm.
you our ages because my mother used to say, when I was like my friends, I used to go to their houses when I was like 11, 12 or whatever have you. My mother started letting me go to other people's houses to play.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I used to ask my mother why we don't get black dolls. And my mother was like, because the black dolls that they put up there are ugly. And I never want y'all to think you ugly. So since you want to play with dolls, I'm going to buy you dolls, but I'm not going to buy those ugly dolls that they have on the shelves for my babies. Now, I never looked at it that way until I had a conversation with somebody who was saying the opposite. Like for me, it was normal. I never owned a black doll. And then
Yeah.
when I asked my mom, like I said, why she didn't buy black dolls, my mother's case was not because she didn't think black was beautiful, but she didn't think that Mattel at the time made pretty black dolls. So therefore, I'm not bringing these ugly dolls home to my babies, making them think this is a reflection of what they look like. Now, of course, the dolls in our era and stuff like that, if I would have had a daughter, of course, I would have been able to buy black dolls. But when I think about the dolls and what they look like when we were kids, Lady T-Bug, growing up in the 70s and the 80s, when I played with dolls, I'm like, yeah, those dolls really were not attractive. The black dolls
They
really
weren't.
weren't.
When
They weren't good
even
looking.
I had a Barbie head. Remember the Barbie head?
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep.
They
They
had a
uh,
black one though. They had a black one.
they didn't. Well, like the part of New Orleans I was at, like the Walmart and whatnot, the Sam's Club and all that. They didn't have a wide selection of black. Now, this was the '90s, so I think they were just starting to kind of pump out more. But like a lot of times that stuff they would go quick. So my mom, I
Yeah, because
wanted.
they will only have a few. You're right.
Mhm.
They don't have like five and say,
Well, y'all
a
lucky
hundred.
because I didn't get now. We had nothing but white dolls.
I
And
said
they was
my
taught.
daughter, my daughter.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
I thought you said you
No,
had one too.
no,
But yeah,
no,
we didn't
no. I
have
didn't. I
them.
didn't mention. I didn't make a reference to myself. I said
Yeah.
my daughter.
Yeah,
No.
we
Yeah.
we
They
didn't
were.
have them when I was growing up.
They had. I mean, like in the '80s. I'm trying to think. Like when I first started playing with Barbies, I think my mom got me more Care Bears than anything. It was more like animals. And then when they started introducing black dolls, they'd have the janky like Miss Boogie downstairs. They have the janky looking ones. Their hair wasn't right. I think by the time I grew out of playing Barbies, like 11,
Hmm.
12, when I hit puberty, I was done with
Yeah,
Barbies.
because that was like
That
in the 90s. Yeah,
yeah,
they started looking decent.
they started
Uh
looking
huh.
decent. I'm like, well, dang, because then they had I
Yeah,
think they
and
had
I was.
retro Barbie with the fro.
Yep. Yep. She was a bad chick, but I was already like 20 years old at that time. I ain't need no damn Barbie doll. I remember the first black doll that I seen was one of those head dolls. And the only reason why I brought myself that was because, like I said, that was just, and it shows you even it's a form of trauma bonding. But I remember making an excuse because my youngest sister is 5 years younger than me. So I brought her one and I brought myself one. And we were either 19 and no, I was 18 and or 17 and but she's 5 years younger. But I know she was of age to have the doll. And my excuse to myself in my head was like, well, I'm going to get one for her and then I'll get one for me so we could play together or whatever have you. And I'm going to show her how to do hair. But in all actuality, it was because I never owned a black doll. Now I understood at that age why I didn't own a black doll. But at that time as a kid, I didn't make a distinction of like black dolls. Every time I went to my friend's house and brought my dolls were white. they just were. Even the little baby ones that we had, they were all little white babies.
I mean, yeah, like my best friend, she had all black dolls, but her mama had a little more money than us, so she could go out and get them when they first got released. But like my mom, she had to save up for some, and by the time like she would get there, or the times when I would go into Walmart and go look for the baby dolls, the Barbie dolls or whatever, they'd be gone, or they had the little like Polly Pockets. Yeah, I remember having
Mhm.
a black
Mhm.
Polly Pocket, but
Mhm.
um, this is unfortunately the long and the short of it. This is like long term. I keep using the word programming, but they have programmed us to
Yeah.
be self-hating, to kind of to internally combust as a
Right.
community from the inside out. Anytime that we try to do something that you know uh, make some strides,
Yeah.
we have been programmed to go and dig into that person's past, and well, we can't even trust him, or the
Mm-mm.
people who do have a loud voice and it seems like they're doing something like I don't like a certain doctor who's building a certain school. Um, it's all scamming,
I
Mr.
cannot
Johnson.
with these folks.
Not to be confused with old man Johnson if he's in the chat, but you talk about Mr. Johnson, that doctor.
Yes, you know. I'm just saying, but like by the time those people come around and they have like a large voice and a large following, they talk a good
Right.
game and they know how
And
to.
he's a scary black one. That's the scary black one. Because I was a victim. I really, I was going through a divorce. I was just like, yo, this dude is a king. I went through it. I really thought he had me hook, line, and sinker. He had me hook, line, and sinker, that doctor. And
That's
then
Yeah, you find
Yeah,
out
he
about
got me.
but they're like they have program. I mean, but there are scammers everywhere though. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so, but for
Yeah.
us, we don't. Unfortunately for us, like when we get those people who have those loud, powerful voices, a lot of times they are. Not all the time, but a lot of times they just aren't on the up and up. And he's got so much pull and gravitas about himself. Like you would think that okay, some strides are being made. Some things are he's gonna be doing something with it, and he's not. He just
No,
Yeah.
he
yeah,
just likes
he's
to
just
hear his voice.
there's but there is like there are people who are out there actually doing it, and they don't get a lot of clout. There's a young man. He's somewhere in. I think he's in one of the Carolinas. He may even be in Georgia, but there's a young man who built a school for young boys. It was a trade school,
Okay. Okay.
and he he crowd sourced the money himself. And I mean, when I say he's young, I mean he's in his 20s. He built this school in his 20s. He built a school specifically teaching young black kids, young black men how to do trades. And
Okay.
he and I wish I could think of his name. I'll have to go look up his name and send it to you. But
Okay. Yeah. And
the,
I'll post it.
there's people like that. They just don't get a lot of pull. But here's this fool over
Mm.
here, hit the Cash App. The Cash App is no longer there. The Cash App is gone. Like, we're doing PayPal only. And I just, it's sad that, just like I said, we have been programmed to really self hate and then hate on each other in a way that is
Yeah.
just even the music. I know I listen to ratchet rap music and I listen to the gangster music and all that, and
Mhm. Mhm.
but this is kind of like I grew up around that. So it's normalized.
Yeah.
It's been normalized, and
I just think you just got to be well rounded. You know what I'm
you
saying?
do
That's where we come, where we're saying like educating, your kids, and
absolutely.
it just kind of goes back to what we always talk about, with Nesto and Shirley, and whatever topic we talk about. But that's our most popular topic. Just being there and educating your kids, making sure that, they're exposed to different things, not just what they say now, see them in front of the TV or a tablet. Here in the state of Florida, honey, DeSantis got away with your kid under damn 14. They can't have social media. Okay, so of course, you can just sign them in. I guess it's an adult, but that's up to you. That's your parenting. But just making sure your kids know things like you can't drop the ball, on certain things
Because look,
because
you
indeed,
can end up with Ernesto, right?
right,
He
right,
doesn't like women. Let's be very clear. I think we all can
hmm
agree with that. But his target is us. And because we're so
hmm
underappreciated, you know what I mean? It does give you have these moments where, and I know I said what I said, it's not going to probably support my statement, but you, you get these moments where you can see how Shirley I could see her having been very lonely in that industry. Now,
hmm
granted, I definitely think like any of the rest of us, the woman has her flaws and maybe she kind of had
yeah,
her nose turned up sometimes in a
hmm
situation where it could have been beneficial for her. I get that. But I'm
yeah,
just saying it makes light that when they finally do say, okay, maybe I need to rechange some things around, they go
hmm
literally, instead of from like we say 0 to 180, they go from 180 to 0. And then you end up with a nesto. You just take
hmm
anything who looks like he cleans up nice or
hmm
whatever have you,
show
and
you a
has
little
and
attention,
so
and that's
you
from
right,
Sonya's perspective too, not just Shirley. Show you a little attention. And Pine,
right.
I see your comment. I know you're a boy mom as well. I think you got 2 or 3 sons. So I see you, Pine. Go
Who's
ahead, Miss
that?
Boogie Down. Pineapples.
Oh yeah. And it's crazy. And it's like, so you can get where you got these guys who just like, and that's what we want the topic to be like. I don't want, as a woman, I don't want us to be trying to uplift and educate each other. And now we got two wars, right? Because you'll get a Nesto who just hates all women, but we're his target. And then you just get these young black men who both of these cases were unalived because there's some self-hatred there, and then they don't respect or love women that look like them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we, every time you turn around, we are just fighting so many different damn battles. It's
Yeah,
exhausting.
it really is. That's why I didn't want to do the one, the blackout. I'm like, I'm tired. Like, you know what? I'm just do what's best for me in
It
my
is.
household, because I just can't join all these fights. I mean, I just can't do it. But I didn't spend any money, but I didn't plan on. I just said I was gonna go with the flow.
What's that? The Target thing?
The blackout, period. It was
Oh
more
Oh.
than
yeah, that was
Target.
yesterday. Yeah,
Oh
that was
well.
just me. Like, I don't do anything on a Friday typically anyway. So, and if I do get something to eat, it's usually just because of the fact that maybe I have a taste for Caribbean food and they just happen to be black, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's just like,
yeah.
if I order something or whatever have you, but it's just like, again, yeah, I'm tired of all these fights and I'm tired of all
Yeah,
these.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
I
then they die down and you don't hear nothing else about it. You know what I'm saying? And they on
it's
to the next.
it's it's
Yeah, show me
emotionally
the money,
draining.
Chick-fil-A gal. Show me the damn money. Where the money
Right.
reside.
Well,
There you go.
and the sad part is too, like when we do have these movements, like, and I'm just using them as an example, but
Yeah, because that's the most recent one. Yeah.
um, I'm talking about the BLM foundation, and
Mm-hmm.
it turns out that the founder of that,
They
Hmm.
was stealing, right?
I
yeah,
didn't. I didn't contribute one penny to that.
I didn't either, um, because once I kind of something wasn't right about it. Like, I saw that they were connected to some big giant billionaire, and then like I felt like they were being used in a certain extent. And then when I found out where the money was going, it's like, huh, okay. I do. I don't even know what's. I'm tired of. I guess that y'all hit it on the nose. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of
I
being the
know, because
voice of
it
reason.
goes back. So me being a New Yorker, y'all remember the
Mm-hmm.
Tawana Brawley situation, right? You had the Tawana Brawley
I remember
situation
that.
where allegedly she was raped and beat up by a white cop who happened to be her boyfriend, and then you had Al Sharpton and what
Coming
was the
out
other
and
gentleman? Yeah, but it
Jesse
was Al.
Jackson.
No, it wasn't Jesse. It was the other. Damn it, who was his partner? Because he was smart. Al kept it going. He was just like, the hell with this. But that's what I'm saying. Like, our black leaders became. So they said, basically, the moral of the story is they found out in advance that
Mm-hmm.
she was
Lied.
lying,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and they still kept going with it. So they were the original Black Lives Matter movement. But this
Okay.
was the problem, because they had invested so much. Damn it, what was that attorney's name? That's gonna kill me right now. But because they were the original Black Lives Matter
Mm-hmm.
movement, when they found out Tawana Brawley had
Let
lied
me see if I
and
can find it.
fabricated that story, then the next thing was they kept it going. And so now at this point, they became just as bad as her, because now you're sitting up here knowing that New York already had issues with white cops and stuff like that. Like, you have certain parts of LA and stuff like that. This was going on in the early 90s. But then
Mm-hmm.
now, on top of that, we're sitting up here supporting a cause that's not really a cause, because it didn't happen to her. Because it didn't happen to her. This girl went as so far as to basically put feces on herself to make it look like he put, and it
Yeah.
was dog poo
Oh,
on her. Like, it was a
up now.
horrible situation. And so now you had Al Sharpton and his partner being on a come up
Wow.
for this situation. And now, what you call it? She now you have Mike Tyson come. He gave her the Rolex. So I remember this. So I mean, it was just so disappointing, because it was like
Hmm.
that at that time, being at I want to say I was coming out of high school, because she's older than me. I think I was coming out of high school, but looking at like black colleges, like, you felt proud to be black. Like, we got black upstanding citizens sitting up here, and they sitting up here fighting for our causes. Like, it was a proud moment to be black, and then it was just stripped away from us in a second, because this chick was lying.
You know
And
what the
then come to find out, Al Sharpton and them knew she was lying, and they still kept running with the
Oh
whole
my
damn.
God. That's crazy.
I appreciate. Let me say this. I appreciate those who have put their lives on the line and put their reputations on the line for the advancement of Black people. I do. But so a lot of times, somewhere along the line, just like anybody, when money is shaken in front of them, they get
Mm-hmm.
corrupted. And I just, I wish that we could go back to a time where, or some of us can go back to a time, those who are eloquent and powerful that don't get so enticed by the money, that where, or the attention, the clout of being a leader, that they just are a leader. It's just genuine in them. Even, like you just touched on something. When I was researching, I was going to go to.
Maddox, Alton Maddox. I'm sorry, because I,
No,
I
you're
I
fine.
couldn't let it
I
go. I
was
had to
trying to
find
pull
this
it up.
man.
I got it up.
Yeah,
I was trying to
Alton Maddox. Yeah, and because he
There
he
he
had
is.
died not too long ago as well. I want to say he died like in 2023, but I just it was just like bothering me. But I'm sorry. Go ahead,
No,
Vicky. I'm sorry.
no, I was just like researching not too long ago about Black colleges, because I a part of me wants to move away from Vegas and just find something new and go back to school and get
On the floor. Come to Tallahassee. I'll put you over here at FAMU.
okay.
Aw.
But I was look, but do you be surprised? Like more and more, we don't even really have. We have the label of historically Black colleges, but they're not. We don't. We have lower representation in the colleges as of the moment. There are more non-blacks in these schools than there are blacks in a lot of these schools. And it's almost, we don't have like a voice anymore. The only voice that we have is kind of like through rap and through athletics. It's so, yeah, to me, it is what's what I'm getting. And even in politics, it seems like they get corrupted really easy because once the money gets flashed in front of them, it's all over with. um but it just.
That's fat Al Sharpton. I'm looking at that. I pulled it up from his boogie down. They down here cutting up.
Al Sharpton and his perm have
That was so bad
Al,
with his perm.
eh,
Oh.
his perm, Al Sharpton, his perm and his skinny body taking his little selfies in his closet can go on somewhere, because he long gone is the old Al Sharpton. I mean, but Al Sharpton, he got a reputation too. Al Al was, y'all know about Al's past, right?
Girl, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't buy into none of these people. Like, it may
A
just be,
lady
me with
747
my
gonna ask
trust
me, do I
issues,
support
child.
Eric Adams?
I see
She
them
trying to bust my
people.
chops over here.
I don't buy into the hype. I'm sorry.
You don't, yeah. I
I'd
mean,
rather deal with local issues, local people,
right.
just locally, being Crump is from here,
Is
but
Ben on the
he's
up and up?
Hollywood. He's Hollywood now, but yes.
Okay.
I actually used
Yeah.
him and his partner ran for senator here, but he lost. Well, his ex partner, because now he all Hollywood. But
Even
yeah,
your guy,
he
the
went
one
to
who
go to
got caught.
school here and everything. Even Andrew,
Yeah,
he was a good guy. He just I guess
I
couldn't be himself, with his sexuality,
that's
and that's what we're talking about, this education thing coming in at.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Him, like Andrew, I felt so bad for him. I mean, I really did. If he want to go to the hotel and just be a little gay and then do his little rugs, that's on him. As long as he's holding his weight in his position, he's not being corrupt. I don't care what he does. I mean, his wife accepts it.
Yes,
So
she do.
who am I to sit here and say, "Oh my gosh, shame on him"? No, I mean it's obvious they set him up to the point where they knew he was gonna be passed out.
Yeah,
They knew.
I think they drugged him.
I think so too. I
I
do
don't
too.
think he willingly took it, but he was willingly with them, the
Oh
men.
yeah,
But I think they drugged him though.
he
There's
was
no
down
doubt.
for the get down, and
Hmm.
he was with his preference, but I think he was doing, from everything I heard, he was set to be like a good leader, and man, all that's him trying to get his little freak on. These men can't keep it in their pants, either whichever way they go. He just he got set up. I do think he got set up. I did feel bad for him, but to circle it back to these two men. I know one of them he's of African descent. I think it was Toby. Toby's of I think he's
Yeah, he's Nigerian.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
He's
Nigerian. Yes.
so he doesn't really represent us. If you catch my
Well, they
drift.
wanted y'all to. They wanted y'all to rally around him. You know.
No. I
You too.
no.
You black. You black, Sonia. You too. You included in that
I'm finna
too,
get on my
brother.
damn Sonya shit.
You too, Sonia. Okay.
No. I mean, no. He doesn't to me he doesn't represent a black American. I'm gonna put it that way.
Okay.
I'm not excluding him from being obviously he was a black man, but a lot of times they separate themselves from us. Period.
They do. Yeah.
They
Especially the
often
Nigerians. They do. They definitely have a better than mentality.
they do.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't we? As soon as we start showing some exclusivity, they get mad at us. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's like well, I'm a brother too. I'm a sister too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, not necessarily. I mean, you are, but then you aren't. We're, all skin folk. I mean, what is it? What's the saying? All kinfolk ain't skin folk, or is all skin folk ain't kinfolk? Whatever it is. Just because you look like me does not mean that you represent me. And
Mm-hmm.
you don't like my culture, but you'll emulate my culture to a point where you make it comedic and you make me look like a stereotype. So that's kind of why I know I'm sounding very exclusive, right? I'm sorry. This is just how I feel. I just don't think that us as black women, we don't get enough praise. They say that we do, but I don't think that we get enough of what we need. Period. And for these two men to just pigeonhole us in life, to pigeonhole us into a box of ain't shit, um, and then to be taken out by their preferences in such drastic manners. I I'm sorry that they're gone. I feel sorry for their families, and to this other gentleman. I keep Tevin. To this other gentleman who lost his life, I'm sorry that their kids have to go through this. That they have to see their mom, or I don't know. He got two baby mamas. That they have to even lose their dad because he seemed like he was an involved father. I'm sorry that happened, but this really isn't our fight. They chose to exit the ethnicity and exit the group that they essentially belong to. I'm gonna let them have it.
All right, Big Centerville, thank you so much. I said what I said, drop down. Okay, they wanted to put us in our place. I get it. Their self-esteem is low, like snake low. I agree with you. I agree with you on that, lady. And we, not taking it personal, but this was a very, very good conversation. I appreciate you ladies coming up. Miss Boogie
Thank you for
down, your
having me.
last thoughts. And then Shan. And y'all put y'all last thoughts in the chat. Go ahead,
I
Miss Boogie
feel
down.
like we talk about this all the time about these
Mhm.
uncomfortable conversations. This is very, for me, being a mother of two, because like I said, I had my stepson from the time he was 12 till he
Mhm.
was 25. Um, being the mother of two African American men, like me personally, I didn't realize until I would just hear different stories, not necessarily directed in my home specifically, but
Mhm.
it just made me always want to be aware and have conversations with them. I didn't want to talk at my kids. I wanted to talk to my kids, and I wanted to know what their thoughts were. As me, even down to like sometimes if me and their dad, like if I was going out for like a girls' night or whatever, I would ask the boys, like, does mommy look okay? You know what I mean? Like because I wanted to know their opinions and I wanted them to feel validated in
Mhm.
knowing And I knew that I was the representation of the Black woman for them. So I didn't want to let them down. So that's where I go back to these young men here. I never want my boys to look at us Black women as something that they don't want to be bothered with because of something maybe that I did wrong, or something that they feel like they, once again, they feel like they have to one up us and don't love themselves. I always encourage and let them know how handsome they were. And the last but not least, I have a very dark niece. My first niece, my oldest sister's only child, is very, very dark complected. My sister is not. And she's another one, she's a lighter skinned Black woman, if you will, but she loved herself some chocolate men. And her husband was, like, this man was tar, but we love him and everything else. And my niece, I was always afraid that, I would hope that she didn't love herself, because my sister had these moments where, to me, she was, even though she loved Black men, she had these moments where, to me, like, I look at all three of us as women, me and my two sisters, but my sister does fit sometimes some of the stereotypes of wanting to be accepted by white people. Like, at work, to me, like, she's a CPA, and like, I get it. You're in a field where you're around a lot of them, but so am I. And I don't lose my Blackness. I don't change up my tone or whatever have you. Now, in my everyday life, I do use some profanity. I won't lie, but I don't change that up even when I'm talking to them in a comfortable setting, because I'm going to always try to be me. To me, she kind of polishes it up. So last but not least, what I always hoped and prayed for, and I bless God for hearing my prayers, I didn't want my niece to feel like she was less than because she was this beautiful chocolate girl. Like, she's just this beautiful, gorgeous chocolate girl with a beautiful chocolate husband, and they got these beautiful 3 chocolate kids. And so I say that to say, I'm just glad that where it could have gone differently for her, because I felt like my sister was trying to encourage her to be with someone lighter, because of the fact that she was just like, people, my little niece was a Gerber baby. She was in a commercial and stuff like that. And my sister was like, how hard it was? Like, they would have a problem because she was so dark. She was the prettiest little baby you ever wanted to see. But my sister was like, and I just, I didn't want her to struggle. But again, like I said, later on in life, she is married in her mid-30s. She is happy. She's got her beautiful Black family, and I'm just proud of that. But that's what I'm saying when I say we as the mothers, especially, we gotta be mindful, whether it's boys or girls, we gotta be mindful. And I love that you kept using the phrase, Lady T-Bug, about educating our kids. And I also want to throw in there, aside from just educate, talk to them as kids. Like, even now I talk to my niece, and I'm like, she's like, oh, hold on, auntie. And then when her kids coming in, how was your day at school today? Oh, say hi to auntie. And then, they're talking, and I'm asking them how was their day, and this and this and that. You know what I mean? Because we just lose these kids. Sometimes they just get lost in translation. And my prayer, like I said, and I will continue to say, is for these boys' mothers, because I can't fathom how they feel as Black women, knowing that their sons were out here projecting that they hated Black women. So that's my whole thing. Like, and I just thank you always for opening up your panel, whether it be uncomfortable or just fun conversations. But I thank you for always opening up your panel and allowing everybody to just express their different viewpoints as well. You're a queen to me, Lady T-Bug. Seriously, you guys are like my new virtual family. I like you guys more than some of the real family members.
Same here.
Okay, y'all have a good one. Be blessed and take care. Thank you.
Thank you. I said what I said. Shan, Vic, to the Veil, and Miss Boogie Down, and of course the chat, and Sleepy Libra, because she is the one that brought this topic up. Y'all know we never are able to stick just to the topic. We always got to go left, right, forward and backwards, right? And when she was talking, it kind of reminded me of Derek Jackson and his wife. Remember, she had an issue with her kids because she felt like they favored or were more of her husband's preference far as skin color went, and she could not I don't want to say she didn't like her kids, but she couldn't love her kids or nurture or, just be the mom that she probably could have been because of the skin color situation. So I just wanted to throw that in there because we talked about that a while ago when they were breaking up. I'm assuming they're still broken up. Yeah, Derek Jackson and his wife Dania, and she really hated her daughter because she said that her husband preferred lighter skinned women and their daughter was lighter skinned, and she felt like I guess he would love. She had a problem with it. I don't know what the hell she thought, chill, because I can't even damn try to articulate that or wrap that around my brain. Okay, Chick-fil-A girl, my last thoughts, them deceased Dusties has nothing to do with me. I don't know them folks. Yeah, but you never know how it could affect, your family members. I have nephews. I have what, 5, 6 nephews, and then I have 3 nieces, and I have a daughter. So, I mean, if parenting don't come with a handbook, but education, just teaching and putting conversations out here, you never know how it may become full circle. YouTube women are a cheat code to help low self-esteem men. Oh, white. I'm talking about YouTube. White women are a cheat code to help low self-esteem men like that feel better about themselves. Has nothing to do with my beautiful Black sisters. Once again, my condolences to their family. Hey, Rat. Rest in preference. Code switch. That was to Miss Boogie Down when she was talking about her sister. Eve is over here tickled. My last baby is chocolate and the most beautiful young lady I ever could have birthed. Yes, Black is beautiful, no matter what shade. We come in all sizes, all shades. Last thoughts, I didn't think anyone should lose their life, yeah, the way these Dusties did, but I can't empathize with them beyond that. Agreed. Choose wisely. Miss E giving us the hearts. Bonnet of Salvation. Okay, Teen Jackson, what's happening? Is that the name of it? Of his, is that a podcast or something big? The wife was a little loony, yeah, and that was coming from a woman. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have a daughter, so it kind of could trickle down, I guess, with the women, too, because I just didn't understand what the hell she was talking about. You mean to tell me you cannot love your daughter because of your damn husband and the women that he's cheating on you with? That's crazy as hell. Not the bonnet of salvation. Thanks again. Great live. No, thank you for bringing the topic to me. He's dating hoochie mamas now. Well, I hope that's what he wants. I lost a daughter to a Mexican, so I understand the family pain part only. Gotcha, Chick-fil-A gal. Not an ounce of empathy nor sympathy. These two widows. Rest in peace, Angie Stone. All right, Chick-fil-A gal. Miss E sending you the prayer hands, and we're all sending you a virtual hug. Black is beautiful, and we can diversify, but still stay on code and not belittle one another. We are shrinking minority, and we need each other more than ever. That's true. I have no desire to be clear or to add. Yeah, clear. I'm very satisfied with being a melanated woman. I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, some people don't have it, and they don't have, they got them crazy women like Denia. Like, can you imagine having a mom like that hates you because of the women that your husband decided to cheat with? Crazy helpful. Lady T Bug and Pounder. and chat. Great live as always. Love my virtual family. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I guess we will carry on with our Nesto content. I appreciate y'all coming back. The ones that joined us at the earlier live and now members. I see some movement in there. I've been trying to chat back with you guys. Derek used to open the show. Teen Justice, what happened? Okay, I've never watched him, but I did. When they were breaking up and she was on I think it was Dear Wifey or Dear Wife or something like that. We reacted to that to her interview, but I never went to watch his content. She was a damn enough for me. Okay, V. So thanks for clarifying that. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Back to Fulton County. Unless something else pop off that we need to talk about. We'll just, we'll mix it up. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all. If y'all in members, I'll be chatting back with y'all. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Good night. Good night.